Another beautiful day. Always a pleasure to be with Una to tell Una things really happen for inside Nigeria. My name is Precious Inyi. Good evening and a happy weekend to you. Welcome to Updates with Precious. Now here we'll be giving an update of the things what they happen for inside Nigeria. And today, not be small bus happen for inside Bayelsa State because as they hear them, we hear say not be small shooting as if we say shootings and pandemonium happen as gunmen people will carry gun come scatter the pro-Wike rally for inside Bayelsa State. Why? Who vex them? Who goes them? Wetin do them? We go talk about that matter. Meanwhile, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar don sama President Bola Tinubu say wetin say Tinubu na national failure. He no talk say na international. He say President Tinubu na international sorry national failure. Say him be Nigeria number one enemy. Why him go talk a thing like that? Well, now waiting he talk with that one. And stop the marketing Nigeria. PDP chieftain don dey tell Peter Obi say why you dey demarket Nigeria? These things where you dey talk no good. You dey demarket Nigeria. Okay, now we go still look into that matter. Atiku Abubakar don also react concerning the one wey be say Delta State governor don decamp. That matter we go still look into am. Plus, including say people don dey tell Osun State Governor Ademola Adeleke talk say you know what? I know say if you go decamp now enter inside APC, not decamp to APC, stay inside PDP but work for Tinubu. How? Stay inside PDP but work for Tinubu. How? Okay, we go look into that matter when that time comes. Tinubu's administration has no achievement since inception. Atiku Abubakar can say he never do one thing, no single achievement since he starts. In fact, then Amnesty International contact say Tinubu they fail Nigerians. Tinubu failing Nigerians. Bandits on killing spree, imposing levies on citizens, and Tinubu they fit do anything about them. Why? Meanwhile, concerning insecurity, armed headsmen don't occupy two-thirds of Benue State. This according to traditional ruler. And in the cry, say, can't help also because it be like saying that these people don't they inside two-thirds of Benue State. They are getting international support. Governor Zulum don't raise alarm concerning Boko Haram and ISWAP. That one they happen for inside that side. Well, all this matter and more now waiting we'll look into as PDP Ugo Chinyere don't they tell PDP expel Wike Damagun Aya won't say that them be the real problem of wetin dey happen for inside PDP. Because PDP chairman dey talk say, I no know, it shock me, oh, it surprised me, oh, as e be say Delta State governor comot. How e go shock you? And na you be the chairman of the party. All right, so joining me for inside my studio na oga wey be say sabi well well. Him na man wey sabi for inside the game. Him name na Dr. Dayo Kayode. Him be a political technocrat and a person wey be say na aviation expert. Dr. Dayo Kayode, thank you so much for joining me and good evening. Welcome to the show. Dr. Dayo, you hear me? Good evening, sir, and welcome. Dr. Dayo, you hear me, sir?
You dey time me after you don say me I be your guy. Who be your guy between the two of us? Now you be your guy, no be me. Oh.
Ah,
Me I just now you dey
okay.
read, no be you dey read the news. Now you be tata phone now and I come begin dey follow
Uh,
you.
Oga, no be me, you go carry my hand raise up like that, finish you. Where the cost say I get
Now
money?
you be tata phone and I dey follow. Anyway, good evening. How you dey?
I did very well, thank you, sir. Thank you so much for
I think
joining
say you
me.
get life for your area because they say they want increase bandit tariff now.
Oga,
You not
not be
don
even
hear
just
am.
band, not be even just band A tariff. We hear say they just they move people from band B, C to band A anyhow. Whether you like them or you don't like them,
And
you
then
must
to
enter the band.
bandit. Then they move am from branded to bandit.
Because last now bandits now all of us go day. When majority of Nigerians no fit pay
Na
for this thing,
bandit
waiting you go
everybody
come
go
become.
dey. Azulum don dey cry out. Azulum don dey cry out.
Everybody don't they carry out, not be just Zulum. So make we look at first of all, begin with
Mm.
this waiting happen with Wike, your friend today. As Ibi say, we hear say pandemonium being day today will be Saturday after rally, the rally ground for inside new associates, a pro-Wike political Bayelsa group for inside Bayelsa State. Government in fact, people they suspect to be political talks, can shoot sporadically for inside the crowd and disrupt the program. That's what you take happen. We have said the gunmen caused pandemonium as the crowd dispersed and scampered for their safety. Although there were no casualties, but it was confirmed that some persons sustained gunshot injuries. Now, at the Church of God Mission Camp or at inside the Igbogene for inside Yenegua State. Now that's camp now there now happen. They said the rally people were organized and supporters of Minister of Capital Federal Capital Territory is Wiki for to appreciate in appreciation of President Bola Tinubu for supporting sons and daughters of the state into position in government. I don't understand. You dey appreciate President Bola Tinubu for supporting sons and daughters of the state into a government. Now, one minister na then gets will be the Minister for State for Petroleum. And then we came up from Bayelsa State. So how do you now make it a pro-Wike rally if you support sons and daughters of your state? I don't understand, sir. But make I let you come into the conversation.
This na the thing wey we dey call political shenanigans.
Hmm.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Go ahead, sir.
And for Yoruba, legbelegbe na
Okay,
one,
continue to talk. I didn't hear you.
e dey always dey dance all the time.
Ah,
E dey say all
ah.
on top of the water all of the time. They say legbelegbe wey dey dance on top of water, something dey underneath the water wey dey drum for am. The
Hmm.
Wike the Wike wey go Bayelsa, wey some people dey drum protest for am. They
Hmm.
dey draw support for am. No be just Wike, no be Wike. Na he is in charge of South, just like Bola Tinubu initially thought that he too was in charge of Southwest. And that's
Is he
exactly
not in
what
charge of
Wike do.
Southwest, sir? If he not in charge,
He's not
is
in
Bola
charge of
Tinubu not in charge of Southwest?
South.
So who is?
If he's in charge of Southwest in Oyo State and Osun State, even Ogun State, even in Ogun State, when you look at last election, did APC win last election in Ogun State? Are we not all privy to the activities that happen in Ogun State? Even in Ondo State. Even in Ondo State. So tell me how he's in charge of Southwest. Look at the last election. Was he in charge of Lagos State? Peter Obi defeated him in Lagos State. Where me? We all know. So is he in charge of Southwest? So Wike is trying to defend. He's trying to defend the position he has been given as a minister of FT. Is Wike in charge of? Is Wike now in charge of? Even is he in charge of Rivers State? Remove legalism, and you know that Wike is number 0 in Rivers State. So what are you talking about? Bayelsa. How can he think he can control Bayelsa? Where Governor Diri is? It's just a pity that all those people, they allow themselves to be used as political tools. Look at how many people that have died now from the gunshots that happened there. Anyway, it's a big signal to them that it is not business as usual, because Nigerians, they have now overwise, and Nigerians are now ready to defend what they need to sustain their destiny. They have decided to take the bulls by the horn and the loud song that Nigerians are now saying that not as business, not as business as usual. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dayo Kayode. You don't talk. So now waiting make I raise this conversation now because of waiting make them talk say be the reason we make they hold the rally. And you don't explain and say that because of say Wike won't try to prove himself to the president, say in they in charge of the southwest. But then again, let's go to the drama where they happen for inside and sorry, the south.
No,
Not go enter
South
inside the
South,
drama where they
South
happen for
South.
South. South at all. Okay, sorry, that was a slip of tongue earlier. But make we enter inside the drama where they happen for inside political parties now, especially PDP. I beg no vex here. Why is they very important for APC to capture all the governors? Again, I don't ask you, you be like the third person who I go ask this question. Why is they important for the APC to capture all the governors? Is there possible say they go fit turn around the mind of all the states, the individuals of their states to vote APC? If they no go fit, if they no get wetin it take to turn around the mind of everybody to vote APC, then why is it important for the waiting make these people they come from APC to PDP? That's not the question I dey ask.
You see, it is a pity that most of the time people always like swimming against tide. There is the high tendency that such people can get drawn. The newest thing on ground now is this. The newest thing on ground is this. People had awakened those. Peradventure are now eating deep into the mind of the people. And political crusaders and activists. I'm not talking about political gladiators now. Crusaders and activists have been drawing it to the mind of the people. That, I give you that quote. A people that has refused to.
Why network no come one make we hear this part where you won't talk now? Hey, Dr. Dayo Kayode. It is important for us to hear that in way you won't talk very well because we would really like hear you for that in way you be say you won't talk. Dr. Kayode, I don't know whether you did there. Be like say network don't hang you for corner like this. So I beg, in case you did hear me, try make sure say you rejoin the conversation because it is important for us say we will hear what you really talk. Okay, so we'll be looking at this, what he's trying to say, and other things because there are other things to look at and what's happening in politics in Nigeria. I guess my guess my guess was correct. Network don't put them out. Sincere apologies to these with the watchers. Unfortunately, now waiting the visa will they go through for Nigeria because sadly so, when we will get very unstable internet connection. No matter how much you pay for internet, the internet is very unstable. So the reason I ask this question is because I'm very worried. I have been worried about this, and I won't stop asking this question until I perhaps get an answer where go make sense a little bit to me because I don't understand why it be say governors where it be say they know say their state people no even like this party. What did they bend for? Where did they go enter? Did they insist say they enter inside that party? But let me quickly just reel through what played out in Bayelsa State and then while we wait for our guests to rejoin us. So the rally that we talked about was organized by supporters of Minister Wike, as I said earlier. Let's see if the guest has rejoined us. Okay, Dr. Coyote is here. Dr. Coyote, can you hear me, sir?
Forget
Sorry.
that.
Dr. Coyote, sorry, network been boot you out. Network been boot you out briefly. So if they talk something, you were trying to make a point and the network can't come out you for that point where they try to make.
Okay. let me go
Mm.
back to my quote
Please, sir. Thank you.
that people, the political activists and
Mm.
political crusaders. I'm a
Okay.
political crusader, not an
Okay, sir.
activist. We are political activists and we are political crusaders.
Mm.
I've been echoing my
on this
quote,
current coalition.
my quote to the people. And what's that quote? A people that has refused to emancipate itself from the claws of the heinous, wicked, delusional, and Machiavellian leaders will remain perpetually attached to their aprons. And people don't want to get more attached to their
Mm.
aprons. People want to get out of the dewdrops in which these dealers have subjugated them to. So, it is not about governors the campaign or members of National Assembly the campaign, but it's about the people. But when you look at the percentage of these so-called governors, members of the House of Reps, to the population of the voters, are they up to 1%? They're not up to 1%. And people are now saying, listen, we are going to put in people that are capacious, people that has integrity, people that are having character, and people that will have compassion upon the people. So forget about whether some people are the camping or not. Even though, yes, it is part of the ingredients of democracy. Because anybody can decide at any point in time on the group or society or party that it belongs to.
All right, sir. So, in all of this now, are
Are
you
you there?
saying that? Yes, I can hear you very well. Are you? I can hear you very well. So, in all of this, are you saying that the people go
Are you
eventually?
there?
I can hear you. Can you hear me, sir? I can hear you. I don't know if anybody can hear me. Can you hear me, sir? 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 E be like say network don't boot you out again. No, no go feel they do this network thing. Oh, Dr. Dayo Kayode, can you hear me, please? I would really love you to hear me so that you can react to what I have to say. Dr. Dayo Kayode, can you hear me? Okay, so the network day very, very bad. Can you hear me, Dr. Dayo Kayode? Hello, sir. Okay, so I think the network has also it don't freeze them again, it don't come out them again as I talk. But make I quickly go play you back that interview. Sorry, finish that thing what happened today for inside Bayelsa State. Then we get into that interview Laura mentioned yesterday when she called in from United Kingdom. The interview by the hero. So we'll go talk about them because I won't make we even look at it. And I like the fact that Dr. Dayo Kayode, person will be say they interested in the politics of the PDP. I didn't know what's going to happen for inside the PDP. So for they very important to make it even jump in into the conversation to fit help us talk about how we go fit rescue the situation. But going back to that issue in Bayelsa State. Now, the rally, as I said earlier, was organized by supporters of the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, yes, Wike, in appreciation of President Bola Tinubu's appointments for appointing their sons and daughters of the state into the position. Then now Wiki now they use do face of the rally. It's Wiki son of Bayelsa State media will say, but the Dr. Kennedy has reacted to that. He said what was also it was also aimed at declaring support for Wiki, who is the grand patron of the group. So Wike now be the grand patron of the group for Bayelsa State. Now, if they recall that the rally was earlier fixed for April 12, and the governor wants, maybe they know who hold the rally, but they insist that can't shift them forward. The supporters of the new associate had thronged the Church of God Mission Camp Arena, the venue of the rally, as early as 8 a.m., where they were already seated when the gunmen began shooting sporadically. from nearby bush. Now, the supporters, however, ran for their lives while they climbed security personnel, the combined security personnel from the Nigerian Police Force, Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, engaged the hoodlums to retreat. They also combed the surrounding bush to forestall the further attack or any further attack. And that's actually what happened. So now we can lead to the disruption of that activity. But I think I have Dr. Dayo joining me back again. Hello, Dr. Dayo. Sorry, we miss you. So, Dr. Dayo Kayode, why is it very important? You did hear me, sir? You did hear me, sir? Oh, Dr. Kayode, can you hear me? Dr. Kayode, can you hear me, please? Okay. I don't understand what's happening and I don't know why he cannot hear me, but am I sure every other person can hear me? Okay, so I don't understand what's going on. I can't hear you, Dr. Dayo Kayode. I'm unable to hear you. Okay. All right. So, I think his network is really bad because I can't even reach him. So the network really. Dr. Dayo, can you hear me? Can you hear me, sir? Can you hear me? Can you hear me, sir? Can you hear me, sir? Can you hear me, sir? All right. I don't. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. I cannot hear you. Can you hear me, sir? I don't understand what's happening, but let me quickly see if I can play you excerpt of that interview we talked about earlier today, yesterday, during the show. Make I just play on an excerpt of that interview and then make Ona listen to myself because for that interview, it was more like an intense conversation between the PDP guy we come into that interview and the guest where he said don't write. He's a columnist. Will write that extended column about the political terrain for inside Nigeria generally, predicting what will happen between APC, PDP, and what will happen if eventually PDP no do what they're supposed to do, and what will lead them to what they lead them today, right? And then it was a lot. It was a lot, but he made a lot of revelation, and I for light picked the mind of both Nigerians and Dr. Dayo Kayode on waiting those predictions we make, especially on how to rescue Nigeria in 2027. Take it
On
easy.
this plan
Dr. Dayo, can you hear me,
and
please?
we
Can you hear
have
me?
the response from the governors about this coalition. They don't want it. They say, look, come and join us. We are not joining you to win. Come and join the PDP.
That's because the PDP governors, their preferred candidate for the next election is President Bola Tinubu of the APC. Because of Southern solidarity. The bulk of the governors in the PDP are from the South. One of their own is in power. They can work against one of their own. It's not possible. In 2003, AD didn't feel the presidential candidate because of Obasanjo. That is the nature of Nigerian politics. Where Adu also became president in 2007, a number of AMPP governors then moved into the PDP. So married his daughters. Two governors actually married his daughters to have a good footing in the PDP. It has always been like that. Now, talking about the coalition, it is still too early to predict what the AD didn't feel the presidential candidate because of Obasanjo. That is the nature of Nigerian politics. Where Adu also became president in 2007, a number of AMPP governors then moved into the PDP. So married his daughters. Two governors actually married his daughters to have a good footing in the PDP. It has always been like that. Now, talking about the coalition, it is still too early to predict what the outcome of that coalition will be. But I can give them some tips.
Okay.
You see, El-Rufai has a grouse against the president, a legitimate grouse, because he worked for the president. Hate him or love him, he has something. He has a basis to be angry, and he has been working assiduously to undermine the president, particularly in the Muslim North, where he's like the Khalifa to Buhari. He's like the brain box of the Muslim North. But let me give him a tip. If he really wants to see the back of the president, let me tell you for what he would do. And I think they may be on the path to really achieving that, like the brain box of the Muslim North. But let me give him a tip. If he really wants to see the back of the president, let me tell you for what he would do. And I think they may be on the path to really achieving that. Let El-Rufai convince the Muslim North. If he's able to do that, I know he can, he has the capacity, to look towards the South for a candidate to support, specifically the Southeast. If I let me put it straight, the day El-Rufai decides and is able to galvanize the opinion molders in the north to zero down on a P2B, for instance, as the candidate, that will be the end of the Tinubu administration.
Apologies, sincere apologies for these glitches we will go through. I beg, forgive us. I beg, Dr. Daya, I don't know whether you hear me back. Unfortunately, we've lost him again. It's a crazy day, honestly speaking. The network is so much. So I would really like to pick the minds, the thoughts, and reactions of Nigerians on this conversation because this is about the future of Nigeria. Doctor, can you hear me? Dr. Kayode, sir, can you
I'm
hear
hearing
me?
you now.
Please.
I'm hearing
Ah,
you.
okay, good. Please, it's been really frustrating trying to get your attention. So, Dr. Kayode, where is the fate of the PDP right now? Waiting they go on. Do you think the PDP can survive all of these defections?
Yeah, are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you. Do you think if you heard the last audio I
Now,
played and waiting the person talk, he say the reason why make people it be like say PDP governors because the bulk of the PDP governors they're from the south, and the reason why make they move to APC now because they won't support the southern governor because they feel like say the north they unfair now to one wrestle power when it be say they know say their brother just do 8 years, right? Now the guy mentioned that if the PDP can come
now
together and ensure
let
that they support a southern candidate, that's the only way they can wrestle power with Tinubu. Else, Tinubu is going to win again. And I know you have your sentiment about this, so I'd love to take a reaction.
let me tell you something about this. There is no doubt about it. When you have a living thing that will not have a time of rejuvenation. I can see PDP as going through that process. PDP till today is still the biggest party with the largest patronage, not only in Nigeria, but in Africa. But along the line, PDP too has to face the price of leadership. It's just like a family. I want to give you an analogy. A family of 4 can it be compared with the family of 20 members? A family of 4 can never be compared to a family of 20 members because along the line, there will be conflict, there will be rift. But the issue is this: it will never go into extinction. Rather, it will get rejuvenated. Now, when it comes to political party and political processes, it is beyond the governors. It is now about the people. Democracy is changing world over. Look at what happened in America of recent. When Joe Biden, I always call him Bodabidemi, decided not to run again and left the state for Kamala Harris. Within a day, do you know how many supporters Kamala Harris got and how much money she was able to garner? But when the real Americans stood up and they heard about the message of the president, Donald Trump, that he was going to get America back for the Americans, it wasn't about the GOP again. It wasn't about political gladiators again. It wasn't about the stature of Kamala Harris again, but about the people. What are the people wanting? And between you and me, I can boastfully, yes, boastfully say that I belong to those that are trying to bring people together. That it is not about them now, but about us. And there is power. There is power in unity. There is power in coalescing. There is power when you join efforts together. And that is what is going to play out in 2027. It's not about how many governors are decamping or how many members of House of Assembly are. It's not about party. No. But about the people. It's not about the people versus the government. Are you with me? Are you with me?
Yes, I am with you, sir. I can hear you crystal clear. I'm giving you time to speak because there's a lot to talk about this. Can you hear me, sir? Yes, I am with you. I can hear you crystal clear. Can you hear me, Dr. Dayo Coyote? Can you hear me, sir? So, how do you think, how will the PDP ensure they carry the people along now in 2027? Again, I ask, do you agree on what the last person said? That's tape I played where the man said that in talk, say, make I even talk about pidgin English, say, if PDP ready to wrestle power from Tinubu, the only thing where they go fit do right now to use collect power from Tinubu, now to make sure say they find a formidable southern candidate, perhaps in the person of Peter Obi, support him either while in there with the party or outside the party. That are the only way they go fit use wrestle power from Tinubu. Do you agree with that assertion, sir? Can you hear me, sir? Do you agree with that assertion, sir? Oh dear. Okay. So the network is just so crazy. I don't know why you can't hear me, and it's very unfortunate. Dr. Dayo, can you hear me? Can you hear me? We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Just hearing you again now. Just hearing you now. Just hearing you again now.
I don't understand what's going on.
The
So I
network
did.
is frustrating today.
I don't understand. So this is a very important conversation, really, and I'm really very frustrated that this network is, it's making it difficult for us to have this conversation. Do you agree that if your political party, the PDP,
Yes.
feels or supports
Yes.
somebody
I'm
like Peter
frustrated too.
Obi, that it may be
I'm
the only
frustrated
way?
too. This is it's not your fault.
Do you agree that if the PDP supports a Peter Obi, that may be the only way they can rescue the party? Do you agree, sir?
It's not about Peter Obi now.
Eh,
It's not about Peter Obi. It is about the combination of Peter Obi.
okay.
I say it's not about Peter Obi.
Okay.
It's about combination of Peter Obi and Atiku that can rescue this nation. Because the only person for now that can face Atiku headlong is no other person than His Excellency Atiku Abubakar,
That can face
supported by
Atiku or face Tinubu.
Obi. For your information, face Tinubu. For I'm not an obedient, but I attended an obedient function today. Why? Because I can see that His Excellency Atiku Abubakar and His Excellency Peter Obi have been having series of meetings. So it is also better for us that are following them to also start having meetings with ourselves. I attended obedient meeting today at Oregun, very big event. So it's about Peter Obi combining with His Excellency Atiku Abubakar, so that if Atiku Abubakar should spend one term, then Obi can now continue from there.
So why can't Atiku Abubakar allow Peter Obi to spend one term and then power will go back to the north, considering that power right now is resident in the south? That's the question. That's what many are saying. Why? Why can't Atiku support Peter Obi to do one term and then let power go back to the north after that one term? Why not? Oh, this
because
is okay,
because
sir.
if you see how many years the South had spent, it is far more than how many years the North has spent. The calculations are there. Go and check how many years that the North has spent in presidency and how many years the South has spent in presidency.
No, no,
However,
that is not correct, sir.
however,
That is
that
not
is not
correct,
my
sir.
own
In the
place.
entire Nigeria, you cannot take away the
I
military
say
regime because
however.
the North spent a
I
lot
say
of time during the military
however.
regime. So we can't take that away.
I say however.
Okay, sir.
However. That is not my own concern. My
Okay,
own
sir.
concern is about capacity. I don't give a hoot if a southerner, a south southerner, or southeasterner is ruling Nigeria for 25 years. My concern is for we Nigerians to be able to exhibit our potentialities without any hindrance of any form of primordial thinking. All right.
Mhm.
Secondly, my concern also is this. As of today, when you look at all the political gladiators, there is nobody that can face Tinubu headlong come 2027 like Atiku.
So El-Rufai
So the
cannot.
next thing,
El-Rufai
eh?
cannot. El-Rufai cannot. Ah, oh dear. Unfortunately, it's so unfortunate that we cannot have it's a great conversation. It's just so
And the
annoying that
PDP
the entire network thing is making this conversation very, very frustrating. Laura mentioned
is
in that
occupied on the throne of
conversation
death
where she
because it committed
talked about this particular interview and write up by this man, and then I thought to bring it to the fore because he said quite a lot of things in this conversation, and it would just they normal say make I even bring on those things and when we say in talk about so that we will fit they aware of them. Maybe I will even read part of that article to you based on the excerpt of that interview he had with Channels Television, so we can have more like a bit of make we just get a bit of an understanding. So now, political columnist and public affairs analyst Majid Dahiru, that's his name, he said that the administration of President Bola Tinubu would come to an end in 2027 if former Kaduna State Governor Nasser El-Rufai is able to mobilize northern political influencers to support Labour Party's Peter Obi. That's what he said. Only so. Only if he can. Dr. Dayo, if you can hear me, at any point you can hear me, please kindly let me know because I noticed that your image is a bit frozen, so that means the network has booted you out again. But if you can hear me at any point, kindly let me know if your network is restored. Right. Um, so, moving forward with that conversation, and it further says that Dahiri disclosed that of course, during a television, based on an article he had written before, by the way, that before he appeared on the television show on Channel's television program on Friday morning, where he weighed in on recent opposition realignment talks and and El Rufai's influence in the political calculations ahead of the next general elections. Basically, part of waiting in talk say anything. Sir, can you hear me? Are you back here with us? Are you back here with us? Can you hear me? Dr. Dayo Kayode, if you can hear me, kindly let me know, please, if you can hear me. If you can hear me again, kindly let me know. So until you
Yeah.
respond, because I really can't be sure that you can hear me. Okay, you can hear me. Great, 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 great,
Yes,
great,
I
great. Now
can hear
you
you.
did say something. You said it's not about Peter Obi, right? And this particular person, remember, say this when they talk about a reaction, when they talk about things where people don't already predict, way before the
I can
2023
hear you.
election. I'm so frustrated with this show today. So when they talk about waiting, people don't talk about way before the 2023 election and how some of those things don't they happen right now, and the thing faults PDP on the way they mismanage or manage their lack of consideration to their zoning process in the first
I'm
place.
hearing
Now, waiting lead
you. I'm
President Bola
hearing you.
Tinubu to
Yes,
become
I'm hearing
president.
you. Go ahead.
Okay, so go ahead if you can hear me, sir.
You
Go
see,
ahead, sir, if you can hear me.
2023 election has gone. People have learned lessons. A lot of lessons have been learned in terms of electioneering processes, especially when it comes to election day management
Right
and
conversation for the PDP. But because the bigger problem
the
is not even the
judiciary
defecting
coming to adjudicate
governors. More
on
governors will defect.
electoral matters. People have learned lessons, and I can assure you, 2027 is going to be a different ball game. When I was at the obedient function for today, I was mentioning something because an individual was there. I said this individual was at the collation center during the last election. And when Yakubu, whatever, what's his name, the INEC chairman,
Mahmoud
said,
Yakubu,
okay,
how would you
let's have
forget
a
your
break.
INEC chairman's name,
Let's go on
sir?
a break. When we come back, they will resolve the issue of the glitch.
Okay, sir.
And when they came back from break, because well, how will I be remembering? I don't like remembering such names because I know what he has cost us in this country. So I don't need to be remembering his name. Now, when they came back from that break, did they resolve the glitch? No. So why did you allow them to continue counting of those votes without them resolving the issue of the glitch? So we have seen it. We have also seen the judiciary trying to validate electoral violations, and of which so many of the retired judges of the Supreme Court had also alluded to. One of them even said the judiciary he was leaving behind was not was not
It's very
a
unfortunate. So I think the network, we
replica
can't hear you, Dr. Kayo. Okay.
of what he saw before joining that industry, and he shook his head. So when this has happened within the judiciary, we have had a member of the Senate that he
Okay, so sincere apologies, guys. Please forgive me. But let's take some excerpt of that. I'm sorry. Yeah, honestly, this is not how my conversation would really pan out, but it's so unfortunate. But I think it's because of my guest network, honestly speaking. I'm a fire talker myself, so. But let me quickly. I don't know if the network will even let him because this is really. Dr.
let's
Kayobi,
postpone this conversation.
I think it's better we postpone it, really, if you insist that we do so. Can you hear me, sir? Can you hear me, sir? Well, I think it would be better we postpone it. But while I quickly continue and wrap up with the guest I have in the studio, with the rest of my guests. So let me quickly play some more excerpt of that interview, and I'd like us to debate on it and have the conversation. What do you guys really
And
think?
the
Just
PDP
watch some more of it, and
is
we'll
at
get
right
into
now the
that
throes of
tonight.
death because it committed a mortal sin in 2023. And that sin was not zoning his presidential candidacy to the South. I had warned that the wind of presidency in 2023 was blowing south. And if the PDP feeds a northern candidate, it means it to be sailing against the wind. And if you do that, you are likely to risk your boat capsizing and sinking into oblivion. And that seems to be what's happening in PDP. The gale of defecation we are seeing is just a symptom of a deeper ailment. You see, when the PDP violated the zoning arrangement, it created a problem for the PDP because the PDP's strongest support base, the most consistent support base for the PDP has been the southern half of Nigeria, the southeast, the south-south, and of course, the areas in the north you call the middle belt. They've been the most consistent support base of the PDP. And so when this group came out to say, look, we want the presidency in 2023, and the APC too bowed to that pressure. You could see the concerted effort within the APC to shift power to the south. It reflected in the primary election, where the winner, the first runner-up, and the second runner-up all came from the southern half of the country. So it showed you the effort that was also put in that party. But the PDP said it wanted to win an election. It wanted to take advantage of the electoral fortune of the North, which happens to be the largest voting demography in Nigeria. And we had wanted to say, look, PDP's priority for 2023 shouldn't be winning an election, but simply consolidating into the post-Buhari era. Because Buhari, as the sitting president, will work for his party to win one way or the other.
So
When PDP violated that zoning formula,
yes,
it betrayed its most consistent support base, which is the South.
Safabi
And with the emergence of a Southern president in the person of Ahmed Bola Tinubu, what you see happening now, what happened in 2003, when the southern part of the country is now coalescing around one of their own. And you know why this is important for us to understand? The 8-year rule of President Buhari was the most divisive in the history of Nigeria, the most sectional. Buhari instituted Arewa privilege in Nigeria that needed to be checked by power shift to the south. This was where the PDP didn't quite get it right. It was like a matter of do or die affair.
I mean, I think you're making reference to that article that you wrote.
I wrote that article
Yes.
way before the primaries.
Okay.
And everything that was projected in that article is happening
What's
now.
happening now?
I simply paid attention to the mood in the country. And again, the Buhari administration for 8 years created such a division in the country, such levels of sectionalism as never seen before. He instituted Arewa privilege, and Nigeria was already on the road to Sudan, and understood that the last-ditch effort that could save this country was going to be a power shift to the south. If you recall, sir, it was at the Asaba Declaration where the southern governors met for the first time in more than a decade to take a decisive decision on the issues of open grazing and harassment crisis that was ravaging across the country. That point also was added to the resolution that power should shift to the south by 2023, meaning there was a connection between Buhari's mismanagement of our diversity, our national security, on the basis of ethno-regional sentiment and favoritism, and a desire for power shift to the south. And that was why the younger elements of the APC from the north clearly saw that for the south to have come together, the southeast, the south-south, and the southwest, at a time that the separatist agitation was raging so much in the southeast, that it had a landfall even in the southwest. For the first time in the history of Nigeria, we had a serious secessionist movement in the southwest that was championed by Sunday Igboho, arising from the same herdsmen crisis. So there was a link between national security, diversity mismanagement, and the need to salvage whatever was left of national unity of the Nigerian state for power to shift to the south. And that was why younger elements in the APC, the likes of Governor El-Rufai, the likes of Kashim Shettima, the likes of Masari and others, knew that the north, as at that time, was not ready to be divorced from his southern spouse that was a lady of means. And so they knew that it was important to save what was left of the Nigerian national unity to shift power to the south. And that's why they made the effort within their own party to make that effort. Now the PDP, whose support base, interestingly, is in the south, failed to read the tea leaves properly and opted to take advantage of the northern demography and feed the northern candidates, which was opportunistic at the time. So I had also predicted that the PDP would lose in the north and lose in the south to the north preferred candidate from the south, who happened to be Ahmed Bola Tinubu. My brother had talked about Peter Obi's foray into the election and how it also helped the emergence of President Bola Tinubu. Yes, that was part of the southern agenda for power, which was legitimate because The presidency of Nigeria has rotated between North and South historically for as long as I can remember, even during the military era. There's always that balancing act because of the national unity that we all, work for since the end of the Civil War. But unfortunately, Atiku Abubakar came into the race. And there's a background to this, and I must establish the background. For me, Atiku's ambition actually killed the PDP. And Wike's anger, Wike's frustration is conducting the final rite of passage for the PDP. Well, because the bigger problem for the PDP is not even the defecting governors. More governors will defect. The APC will overrun the southern half of Nigeria. You can see that in Anambra, for instance, the PDP didn't even have a contest for its ticket in Anambra State. It was not given to somebody.
Yeah,
so they will overrun the entire south.
Yeah.
While the president will maintain his stronghold in his own support base in the north.
Yeah, I understand the point that you're making.
But for me, I want to land on something. See, the biggest challenge for the PDP.
Yes. Go ahead and land.
The biggest challenge for the PDP is not even the defection of governors. Let me tell you the biggest challenge, and I must say it because my brother is here. He's a member of the PDP. The PDP violation of zoning created a problem, a wicked problem. And Wike is a member of the PDP. So
that because the PDP refused to adhere to their zoning, that's what created this problem right now in PDP. Well, a lot of people will tell you, say, it not really be about Atiku Abubakar, because now the whole blame or the entire blame make can look like, say, now Atiku Abubakar quest to ensure saying become president, and by clinching the ticket of the PDP for 2023, saying that waiting cause the problem. But a lot of people will tell you, say, waiting make Peter Obi, Peter Obi never sit talk when leave PDP. Say, waiting make Peter Obi in the first place, let's PDP. What's him make him leave PDP in the first place? If they were going to give him tickets, or if PDP was going to be fair, why ain't go leave PDP? That he had left PDP, or some people they insinuate say he left PDP because you remember, say if you look at the PDP zoning, just like the hero mentioned, PDP don't zone twice to the south. The Obasanjo 8 years and the 1 year one tenure of Jonathan. Now, the greatest sin Jonathan commits now because of, say, remember, say, as Obasanjo do 8 years for this current democracy, Gerardo was to do 8 years, but unfortunately, he fell sick within his first tenure. He not fit complete that first tenure. And somehow, North, in their magnanimity, still allowed Jonathan to do one more tenure where they supported him in 2011 election, where he used to win 2011 election. So people think, say, okay, you don't do 2 years of our brother will die complete. And then say you won't you contest again for another 1 year. We allow you to do the 1 year. So why not come down for a northerner to do? Now, PDP ordinarily, knowing that the North had just done 2 years in office because of Yar'Adua's death, for not insist on flagging or flying a Jonathan's ticket again. Therefore, just allow the ticket to go back to the North. That was why there was an agitation to ensure that, in fact, the change agitation will lead to waiting bring us here where APC don't carry us come like this now. So that means PDP was just, they were not smart enough in their political calculation to study the wind of the country or the mood of the country. That is what happened. Now it is happening again because we'll not just sit here and be talking. We'll go talk so that the talk will enter the right people's ears. Let them begin to take the right decision. So in 2023, what happened was, in that 2019, they now understood because there was a meeting that was held and all of them came together, all the PDP people came together, including the then Deputy Senate President, Ike Ekweremadu. They agreed that they are going to support a northern candidate. That was why everybody that participated in the PDP primaries in 2019, all of them are northerners. And of course, Atiku Abubakar then came back from APC and contested and won the ticket. But unfortunately, he lost that election. Even though, a lot of people, they talk, say, now he win that 2019 election. Because that's Buhari's 1 year administration at that time was a colossal failure. People don't already, they feel the pain. They don't already see the fact, say, get clue. No, what they do at that time. So people already went against it and said, no, they don't want again. They don't want. So people still think, saying Atiku Abubakar win the election. Now, unfortunately, the power of incumbency and Mahmoud Yakubu, we did what we did, and then Buhari won the election. So people thought that ordinarily there's no reason why PDP would have insisted that they will still have an Atiku Abubakar in northern, as a matter of collect the ticket for what do they call the 2023, and that's what led us to where we are now. But going Atiku gets the ticket. Now, PDP has a zoning process where it be say consistently they don't zone to between south and north. They had zoned to the south during Obasanjo's 8 years, zoned to the south during, zoned to the north during Yar'Adua. He died. They zoned to the south again during Jonathan's 2011 election. They even zoned to him in 2023, which was a big mistake for them. Now, they zoned to the north during Atiku. They now decided, instead of them to say no this time around, because of say Buhari don't do 8 years, make we zone, come back. Understand, they say the mood of the country, and I say they want a southern president. Understand what's in this man talk. The series of killings and Buhari nepotism during that time, where it be like say everything went doing to favor northerners. Everything he was doing in his administration was like he was just favoring northerners. So there was agitation, make power shift more, come south more. Now, instead of the PDP to support a southern candidate, they still open their candidacy, their party tickets. Now, what's it make PDP not support a southern candidate? PDP don't support a south-south candidate before. Jonathan support a south-western candidate before Obasanjo. They were supposed to support a southeast candidacy. But I hear or heard that it was still people like Wike that said no, they should not microzone it to southeast. This man had they talk based on the fact that he was supposed to just go to the south. If he had gone to the south, where Peter Obi was still going to contest, no way where Peter Obi for film match a Wike in money, with money to use win the ticket, the primaries. Peter Obi wouldn't have been able to match a Wike money spending. He was an incumbent governor. He had the money to throw away to give anybody. Remember, say in anger, I say Atiku spend money pass him. And what do they call it? A Tambo was stepped down for Atiku. That was his anger. With all the support and support we not give to Tambowa before, Tambowa stepped down for Atiku. That's not waiting they make and vex. Make we even hear when that guy talk that part finish. Then we come back to complete this analysis because it's important. This is what's happening in our country.
For the PDP. Well, because the bigger problem for the PDP is not even the defecting governors. More governors will defect. The APC will overrun the southern half of Nigeria. You can see that in Anambra, for instance, the PDP didn't even have a contest for its ticket. In Anambra State, it was not given to somebody.
Yeah,
so they will overrun the entire south.
Yeah.
Why the president will maintain his stronghold in his own support base in the north.
Yeah, I understand the point that you're making.
But for me, I want to land on something. See, the biggest challenge for the PDP.
Yes. Go ahead and land.
The biggest challenge for the PDP is not even the defection of governors. Let me tell you the biggest challenge, and I must say it because my brother is here. He's a member of the PDP. The PDP violation of zoning created a problem, a Wike problem. And Wike is a member of the PDP. So what PDP should worry most about is Wike still remaining in that party. You see, there's a problem going on in the party now about the national secretary of the party. You know what that will result into? There might be a prolonged legal conundrum that might see the PDP not having a candidate or candidates across the board for the next election. Or at best, having a very weak presidential candidate that cannot even raise a hat. We are for Bola Tinubu of the APC is.
Well,
that is really dead.
That's another wahala entirely. So you can imagine if this happened. But then, speaking about that way happened, so we here say, well, Wike wanted a situation where the party tickets in 2023 would have just been zoned to the south, so that it will come out Atiku Abubakar for inside the picture, and then not microzone to the southeast, so that a person like Peter Obi no go get the opportunity to win, because he knows say if not only south with money and influence, he go get more people to vote for him pass a Peter Obi. So Peter Obi sensing that they no go kukuma let him, so he does not have the money and the might to perhaps match them aura for aura in money spending and bribery. He left them jejely. That's what made him move. One of the reasons, if I dare say, make a move to Labour Party. Now he don't go Labour Party. The matter still persists. But we can now, unfortunately for him, Atiku Abubakar sabi pass waiting in sabi. Until say in money spending and all of that and dollar spree for help him to win the primaries. But Atiku matched him aura for aura. And not only was he angry that Atiku matched him, even after Atiku clinched that ticket, Atiku refused to pick him as a vice presidential candidate because he wanted, for reasons best known to him that I cannot say here, even if I may know or may not have a hint, for reasons best known to him, he wanted to ensure that he's still in power. He wanted to ensure, see, he still somehow get something to do with power. Of course, every politician like power. And then because he no fit continue to get that power, he went haywire. And that's why he started saying that he go support anybody with the southern candidates. Was it selfish for PDP to ensure that they flagged or they allowed an Atiku Abubakar to collect a ticket, knowing that the mood of the country at that time was seeking for a southern candidate? Was it selfish for PDP to do that? Right now, where we dey here right now, They don't want do coalition again. They want talk again. Now, almost all the PDP governors now, they like say they will clearly support Tinubu, whether those who don't decamp or those who won't remain for PDP. They will clearly support him. See Adeleke now. They're already begging Adeleke that even though he's going, that he should not decamp to APC, but he should remain in PDP but support Tinubu. So it is clear that what this man is predicting is likely to happen, that all the southern candidates, both south, south, and southeast, and southwest candidates will support a Tinubu in 2027. That is if the oppositions no fly a southern candidate. So with wetin Dr. Dayo Kayode talk, say now only Atiku Abubakar go fit match a Tinubu to comot am for power. Can Atiku not bring that match, that power, that might, and support a Peter Obi for just this one tenor? Just like this man said, I played it when he said it, that the only thing we go fit make a Peter Obi and we go fit comot Tinubu for inside government right now. Now, if an El-Rufai with his support for inside North, because whether you like him or not, he gets a lot of northern supporters, and especially the Muslim-speaking North supporters. So because of the support we get for the North, and because of people where we say like Islam, like him, I don't want to say fanatics like him, I don't want to say that at this point. So because of that influence we get over them, the best thing is to get somebody like him to support a Peter Obi with his support, and him being able to galvanize northern Muslims to support a Peter Obi. That is the only thing that can unseat Tinubu in 2027. But will that work? And that may only even work if Atiku Abubakar cannot step down his ambition and say, you know what, no matter what it be right now, for the life of our nation would fight for. Let me leave my ambition aside. Let me support this person that used to be my running mate. Give him my blessing. Let's do what we can to support let's do what we can to move power, to at least wrestle power from the sitting person hand. Remember, say a lot of people don't tell you. Francis Chilaka don't talk and you say, no, not be to give monkey water with your cup the problem, but not to collect the cup. Now, people are not saying it's going to be difficult to wrestle power from a Bola Ahmed Tinubu because in the unbeatable, in the they no fit defeat them and all of those. Everybody knows, say, in a place, and this is a challenge to the president, with all due respect, sir. If you know, say, your power reach, in terms of political strength reach, just make sure, say, election day free and fair. In fact, if your power reach, just make sure, say, there's an electoral reform will go enable electronic voting without glitch. Because Nigerians are sure that if there is electronic voting without glitch, then nothing go make way be say the election no go be free and fair. If election is free and fair, we know that Nigerians will vote for the majority of persons where they not will get competence and character. But will we ever ensure that election will be free and fair? And that is why people are afraid that it may be difficult to impeach and to get the president out of government. Because we know, say, it could be very hard for them to get a free or to ensure, say, there is a free and fair election. And why there is not a free and fair election, of course, we know the mago will go fit happen. Let's take a listen further to part of what he had to say. That is the
I think you understand because since 1999, the zoning formula has been largely complied with. So between 1999 and 2007, you had a southern president. And when the president himself was leaving, Olusegun Obasanjo, he worked for a transfer of power to the north. And Umar Musa Yar'Adua emerged. And by 2010, unfortunately, we lost our president, may God rest his soul. And his deputy then, Goodluck Jonathan, assumed the mantle of leadership of Nigeria. And this is where I also must draw attention to how the PDP has severely and severally violated the zoning formula. Let me state it on record today too, that it was my opinion even then that President Goodluck Jonathan shouldn't have run in the 2011 election because it was still the turn of the north. And there was such a commitment to that zoning that the then party chairman, Vincent Obulafo, who was from the southeast, made an open declaration that no southerner should vie in the 2011 election because it was still the turn of the north. And guess what? The major beneficiary and the champion of the detention of zoning in 2011 was Atiku Abubakar, who ran against Jonathan. And that was the first time the PDP experienced a crack that would eventually lead to his defeat in 2015. People didn't pay attention. When Atiku ran against Jonathan, even though he lost, something phenomenal happened in that popular election that has happened in Nigeria before. When an incumbent president will run against a challenger and lose a number of states. Atiku won 5 states from the north: Bauchi, Kano, Niger, Sokoto, and Zamfara in that primary election. It was a statement of the anger, the frustration in the north against Jonathan's violation of the zoning formula in 2011. And when they couldn't get a ticket in PDP, the CPC was put together hurriedly, and the Muhammadu Buhari ran on the platform of CPC and garnered 12.5 million votes. And by 2015, southern elements came together to say, yes, indeed, it's a return of the north. Again, to preserve our national unity, the Tinubus of this world, the Ametis of this world, and others came together and supported Buhari to become president, who was the choice of the north. In 2023, faithfully, the northerners that benefited from that benevolence of their southern compatriots decided to repay, and that's why Tinubu emerged first at the powers of the APC and became president today. But the PDP again, like he did in 2011 and 2015, decided to repeat the same mistake in 2023, when the same Atiku, who had protested against the violation of zoning by Goodluck Jonathan in 2011 and 2015, when he led 5 governors out of the PDP into the APC, decided to violate the zoning himself. So for me, he's the cause of this problem. And let me put it in context. In 2019, the PDP decided that the reasons they lost the 2015 election was because they violated zoning. And so they set up a committee that was chaired by Ekwerebadu, the former Deputy Senate President. And they reached an agreement that 2019 election should be an all-northern affair. And that was why no Southern appealed the presidential form in the PDP to contest the 2019 presidential election. And so somebody like Wike supported Tambua with all his might, while Peter Obi and his Southeast people supported Atiku to emerge. And that election, Atiku gave a very good performance. In fact, a lot of people still believe that Atiku won the election but was rigged out. He came close. That was the kind of performance he put up. I had expected by 2023, Atiku Abubakar would have supported the Southerner, like a Peter Obi, who supported him in the previous election, while Tambua should have supported Wike. And let us see will emerge from the South among these two. But unfortunately, Atiku came into the ring to struggle with Peter Obi, Wike, and co. And Tambua ended up, you see, Tambua is a northerner, a Hausa-speaking northerner and a Muslim from the same north that Atiku stepped down for Atiku against Wike, the lone southerner in the race. If you were Wike, would you not feel betrayed after the support you gave to both of these candidates in 2019?
Okay.
Would you not feel bitter? Will you not do what he's doing now to the
Mr. Dahiru, there are so many
if you had
issues to
Igbo man
raise
who supported Atiku in 2019,
yes,
will you not revolt and do protest vote against him?
It's understandable, but at the end of the day,
yes.
So there's just a second, Mr. Dahiru, just a
Sorry, who was that person that insulted me and said that Peter Obi cannot run for one term? It's unfortunate. You know that wishes are not horses. If all of us wished well, Nigeria would be an El Dorado. It would be that paradise we wish it to be. But unfortunately, you hear what we can even tell you before, Seth. Say not be the best candidates now in the win election. The best candidate may just reign on social media. But that best candidate no go fit win election. Even if you be saying they on social media. It dey unfortunate. Wetin we wish and desire fit no just come to pass. Not because it is not healthy to come to pass. Not be because of say we know they deserving. But now because of say we get a wrong system. We get a system where no go feel let that thing to thrive, to even see the light of day. Why do you think that it's still difficult for some people to even mention a support or drum support for a P2B? Why do you think it's difficult? So we're talking about thorough political calculation here and not sentiment. Yes, we understand. Say, if we look at things where they right, we always want for a P2B to do two-term or two-turners because of I mean, what is good for the goose is also good for the, you know what I mean. But then, unfortunately, when they look at waiting they happen right now, based on the realities over the face right now, say it go dey very very hard if it be say the likes of Atiku Abubakar and El-Rufai no come together to pursue power with a Peter Obi. Now, hear what this man had to say
on this planned coalition. And we have heard the response from the PDP governors about this coalition. They don't want it. They say, look, come and join us. We are not joining you to win. Come and join the PDP.
That's because the PDP governors, their preferred candidate for the next election is President Bola Tinubu of the APC. Because of Southern solidarity. The bulk of the governors in the PDP are from the South. One of their own is in power. They can work against one of their own. It's not possible. In 2003, AD didn't feel the presidential candidate because of Obasanjo. That is the nature of Nigerian politics. When Adu also became president in 2007, a number of AMPP governors then moved into the PDP. So married their daughters. Two governors actually married their daughters to have a good footing in the PDP. It has always been like that. Now, talking about the coalition, it is still too early to predict what the outcome of that coalition will be. It is still too early to predict what the outcome of that coalition will be. But I can give them some tips.
Okay.
You see, El-Rufai has a grouse against the president, a legitimate grouse, because he worked for the president. Hate him or love him, he has a basis to be angry. And he has been working assiduously to undermine the president, particularly in the Muslim North, where he's like the Khalifa to Buhari. He's like the brain box of the Muslim North. But let me give him a tip. If he really wants to see the back of the president, let me tell you for what he will do. Let me give him a tip. If he really wants to see the back of the president, let me tell you for what he will do. And I think they may be on the path to really achieving that. Let El-Rufai convince the Muslim North. If he's able to do that, I know he can, he has the capacity to look towards the South for a candidate to support, specifically the Southeast. If I let me put it straight, the day El-Rufai decides and is able to galvanize the opinion molders in the North to zero down on a P2B, for instance, as the candidate, that will be the end of the Tinubu administration.
Aha. So you hear him? You hear him? All right, phone lines are open. I really love to take your thoughts and reactions on the conversation. There is a comment, they comment where they pinned for the comment section. Kindly just click on that pinned comment and you will fit join the conversation, make we know what you think about all of this about what's they happen for inside our country. Or you call the WhatsApp line, will be 0817-029-4077. 0817-029-4077. That is the number to call. Let's take your thoughts and reactions on all of this. So do you think, no matter how bad or with the extremism of El-Rufai and the things when you don't talk, say he go even agree to say, okay, let a Peter Obi be the president and let's all support him just because I want to get back to Tinubu to remove power from his hand? Do you think that an El-Rufai will agree to that? That's one. Do you also see Atiku Abubakar coming down on in expectations to want to be the president of Nigeria, to say no, this time around that the life of Nigeria will be fight for? Remember, we never know what's going to happen. In fact, side talks, they say if Tinubu comes second tenor, if he be even life president, because he could change bills. Talking about changing bills, there is already a bill right now before the National Assembly when get to do with 6-year tenor, one single term 6-year tenor. They talk about them now. They feel decide to resurrect and during Tinubu 2 years second year. And during that second year, now that time they'll come pass them. He will come be the first beneficiary. That means it will be 4 + 4 + 6. Right? So what do you think? I really love to take your thoughts and reactions on the conversations. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Hi, this is Henry. I'm calling from California.
You're welcome. Go ahead, sir. You're welcome. Yeah. Precious. My name is Precious. Please.
Actually, I'm listening to what you guys are saying.
Thank you, sir.
The situation of Nigeria now, let me just jump into the issue. The situation of Nigeria now, we are not looking. I'm from Delta State. I'm from South. And when we be in this situation now, even when the governors decamping from one place to another, even all the governments, they decamp to APC, and they make Nigeria to become one party country. Does not make any difference in Nigeria. We that in Diaspora, we pass through a lot. In a month, if I didn't I spend more than $1 million. How much the government giving to me? My parents does not even achieve anything. But the politicians just to make this to be easy for them. The situation of Nigeria now, the rich, I'm talking about organic rich men in Nigeria, they are complaining.
Yes.
I'm not talking those who support the money.
Yes, you're correct.
We are passing through pains. Don't allow anybody to cajole you. People will just be talking.
No, I am the one who will tell you. No, not be you go tell me, Oga. I am here, so I know what's going on.
Okay, the people that is favored in Nigeria, those politicians, I can only one man frustrate Nigeria effort. People be talking about Atiku. Atiku does not do anything. He made the comment that he will frustrate PDP. Now you are frustrating PDP now. Is it Wike Obi? Wike does not have any poor man in his family.
Who do you think Wike's father was before he became governor?
How much a bag of rice? There's no light, there's no electricity. Nothing. People are just, even in my own house, I'm using solar. And the government, everybody said, Sasa. Since when they put the Sasa, now they put the Sasa. Look at what we are passing through. Anybody that can do something in Nigeria, that is the only person we want. I heard what this guy said.
Yes.
He said that the Nigerian is saying that the problem in PDP is because of the ringing.
How?
I'm sorry to say.
How?
Who knows Obi when Obi was a governor? But let me tell you, Atiku is a vice president during the time of Obasanjo.
Yes.
And let me tell you one thing. Among the vice president they produce today, Atiku is even the person that work mostly, to my own deep understanding. They are the Obasanjo gives him the room to work.
So you feel that so in a nutshell, you feel that Atiku is a better candidate to wrestle power from Tinubu than Peter Obi.
About popularity,
okay.
Talk about popularity. Atiku is, even when he's a president. He moves like a president. He's not like APC president. When they just be like Pishon, let me use it, they are just a paparazzi president. Which of the towers they give to them? From the former professor and particularly the present one now, what are they doing? To sharing money? When Atiku was here, he's controlling the economy of Nigeria. He did a lot of things. He established things in Nigeria. He's a great entrepreneur. Nobody doesn't know him. He employs many people. How many politicians have a company in Nigeria? We should remove that aspect. Those are decamping. If they decamp, let Nigeria stand. If it's not because of the ringing, I don't think that PDP have any issue. You heard what the Wike said. He said it's not by night, it's not by this. But we are dying. If I have a wife, for instance, let me give you one scenario. If I have a wife, my wife is inside the pit of a toilet. Then they will wait for me till when I come and bring it. I mean somebody that will be there that will take him out.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
That is the situation of Nigeria. That is the state of Nigeria as we are talking about now.
Thank you, sir.
Nigeria is decayed and is rocky. It's sinking. It needs somebody. We don't need to say Sasa or not or this. Anybody can pick. Anybody.
Thank you.
Can take Nigeria from there. If you look about the coalition with Atiku and what they call and Obi, if they come together, if even Atiku go for 1 year, just only one tenor, you understand me? If PDP said that they don't need Atiku, I'm telling you, PDP will still fail it this time around.
So
they should come together with Obi. Then when Atiku collect it, from there, they can hand over it.
So, but why can't I just calm down, Oga? Why can't Atiku also support Peter Obi to handle 1 year? Then later he hands over to somebody else. Why can they not support him? Why, sir? I just want to know. I just want to know why Peter Obi cannot go first before Atiku. Go ahead, sir.
Now we are looking for collecting effort to move forward.
So why should the power go back to the north? Why should the power go back to the north? That's the question. Okay, sir. It doesn't matter really. Go ahead, sir.
I'm an Igbo woman, and I'm a data man. I live in North 15 years. That's why it's good.
Okay, sir.
You understand? There's nothing. You see us, we don't cooperate. We South and West, we don't cooperate.
Yes,
it's
Northerners
not
cooperate a lot.
If it's not because of say we rig election, let me tell you, nobody will vote for APC. Like, how many people they kill? You think that everybody's happy? Kidnapping everywhere? No, we are not talking about those ones now. That's why I said that if we can give it to the North will be easy to give it to us. When he give it to us, from there we move. If we can do it this time around, when anybody is not, we kick him out. That's what.
All right, thank you so much. Let me let you rest.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Thank you. Hello, good evening, and welcome. Hello. Hello. Sir. Hello. Yes, you're welcome. Go ahead. What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from? All right. Unfortunately, you don't want to talk. Hello, good evening, and welcome. Hello. Hello. Okay, so let me quickly wrap up on some of the conversations I raised. So we're going to definitely talk about this. Speaking about Atiku Abubakar, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has declared President Bola Tinubu say he be Nigeria's number one enemy, and say a future and an incompetent leader. Sorry, a failure, that the president is a failure and an incompetent leader. He's charging Nigerians now to rise up against Mr. Tinubu for their collective survival. That is, if you not say you want to survive, you want that life, rise up now against President Tinubu, because say him be total failure and him be number one enemy of Nigeria. That's what he said. So now, in a statement that was released yesterday, Friday, Mr. Atiku said he bore no grudge against his running mates. That is Okowa, for leaving the 2023 presidential poll. For leaving the party, and also the governor of Delta State, Boriwori, who dumped the People's Democratic Party, saying he don't get any grudge against them. He added that the 2027 election would be a battle between suffering Nigerians and their number one enemy, will be Tinubu. So we could look whether between them and their enemy, who they go vote for. He stated that, let us all be clear, the coming political battle is not APC versus PDP or Labour Party versus APC. It is Nigerians versus an administration that has plunged the nation into an untold suffering. The economy is in free fall, inflation is choking the masses, jobs are vanishing, youth restiveness is surging to terrifying levels. Nigerians are not just tired, they are angry, and rightfully so. The moment is about collective, that is, this particular moment is about collective survival. All of us now need to be alive. The real enemy is not one another. The real enemy is not one another. It is Tinubu's administration abysmal failure. We must reject every attempt to distract us with ethnic, religion, or religious sentiments. No, no, no. These are tools of manipulation designed to divide and conquer, used by those with nothing else to offer. So, understanding this, Oga, you go feel calm down and put all your support for somebody else, so you know, say, a younger candidate. That's not a question where people they ask. I'll get back to what he said later, but let's let some Nigerians react to this. Hello, good evening, and welcome.
We must reject. Hello?
Yes, you're welcome.
You're precious.
Sir?
How you doing?
I did fine. Welcome. Let me be your name and where you're
I
talking.
don't try today again.
You're welcome. Let me be your name, sir.
You remember, was it yesterday or day before yesterday, we were talking about this thing? I made one assertion with this issue of.
You go help me reduce. You go help me reduce that thing where you're listening to it. That your listening device. You hold that.
Okay. Can you reduce your? Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. If you remember, I said something about PDP. That the real problem of PDP is Atiku. If you remember, I told you that there was a time Atiku left PDP.
But I see they hear myself for that background now. They make the conversation they didn't noisy. People look to get them well.
Okay, you they hear it okay now?
Oh yeah, continue.
So if you remember, I made one assertion that Atiku is a major problem of PDP. No one.
Okay, you go try off the volume. Call me back when you off that volume because we know if he hear you well at all, at all. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Hello?
Yes, you're welcome.
My name is Wellington.
Wellington, you're welcome. Wellington, please help me turn off your listening device. Please turn it off totally.
Okay.
Please, thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, please. Go ahead, Wellington. Crystal Collect, Wellington, go ahead, please.
Okay. I'm talking about the presidency of Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
What the social media have done to the citizens of Nigeria, both the mainstream media and the social media.
Mm-hmm.
People don't concentrate on the local government and the governors.
Mm-hmm.
The problem of Nigeria is not only the president. The problem when I was growing up, I didn't even know I didn't even know the governor. The local government was the closest government.
Yes.
But today I don't see people talking about the allocation that is going to the
Local
governor
government.
and the local government. Nobody talk about them. All I hear is president. Okay, let's just collect your money from the governor and give to the president so that everybody can concentrate on the president. Nobody is talking about the governors. They are just using the Nigerian money anyhow. Nobody care. What I'm trying to say, when we are discussing the matter of Nigeria, we should narrow it to the president, the governor, and the local government. That's where Nigeria will grow. Not that every day president. That's why I want to contribute.
All right. Thank you, sir. You do well. Thank you. Okay. All right. Yes, I see your contributions. Yeah. So moving on now, PDP has also advised Peter Obi to stop demarketing Nigeria. Say that's in when talk yesterday when say Nigerian leaders and they incompetent and they don't get character. And you go talk am for John Hopkins University. Say why you go talk that kind of thing? That it's unfair for him to say a thing like this about Nigerian leaders. That he should stop demarketing Nigeria because things like this way they talk say it demarkets Nigeria. What's your thought on it? Phone lines are still open. Let's continue to take your thoughts and reactions on the conversation. So go to the pin post. You will see comments we did there. That's sorry, the comment section. Comment days that we did pin. I think I have someone inside the house already. I'll quickly let him in, but after this call. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Hello, good afternoon, Precious.
Yes, you're welcome. Good afternoon from your end, but it's evening here, so go ahead, sir.
All right. Thank you for the great job.
You're welcome. Thank you. Go ahead. What's your name, sir? Where are you coming from?
Say, I've been listening to a lot of analysis. Most of them are spot on. But then I want to say one thing. No matter the calculation, the permutation, and the predictions, Nigerians should wake up. No matter no matter the vote, no matter the organization, no matter the preparations, this man in charge will not ordinarily want to give up power. So we should have a plan B. So that what happened in 2023 will not repeat itself. Like the man in charge is away from the one he succeeded. The one that left before him was kind of he tried as much as possible to avoid one thing. He was stigmatized as a dictator, so he was struggling so hard to remove that to wear that togal of a Democrat by all means. So he wasn't as desperate as the mafia we have in charge at the moment. So plan B, no matter the analysis, the matter the permutation, the calculation, and the innuendos right now, none of them will work except Nigerians will wake up from their slumber, have a plan B to defend their vote. Without that, no matter the vote, no matter who joins who, the coalition, nothing will work because very soon Mahmoud will be leaving. He will be planting one of his peacemen as in the INEC. He has already adjourned the police. He has adjourned the military. He has adjourned the court. So Nigeria should not wait till they say, oh, go to court. We should wait till that moment of say go to court. Where another criminal, when one criminal has stolen from you, another criminal is waiting to tell you how much you have paid. It's not going to work. The plan B, which is very important, we must be able to hit this. We must be prepared to defend our vote. If anything contrary to the people's wishes and aspirations will happen, Nigeria must be able to hit the street to say enough is enough. Not like the one they did around 3, 4 a.m. When they are called from where Nigerians were asleep, they were busy declaring results. And whoever that wants to contest now must not behave like Peter Obi in 2023. The court have benefited so much from the court. The court he benefited from while he was the governor of Anambra is not the court you have today. The Nigeria of where he contested there is not the Nigeria of today. The Nigeria has been taken over by 3 strong men. One in the executive by Tinubu, one in the judiciary by Wike, and the other one in the National Assembly by Babio. So anybody that is willing to contest now must not be the person that will wait for the court to decide what will happen to Nigerians. It must be the person that will be willing to put his life, his business, his family, everything on the line. Like Abiola did for us to have the democracy we have today. Abiola died, he didn't die in vain. He died for a noble cause. And he died a hero. That is why today, if you see what happened, ordinarily, Obasanjo would have been able to be the president. But because somebody paid the price in the person of Abiola, that was why the Yorubas
they were compensated. They were compensated, yes.
In 1999.
Yes.
So anybody coming into this presidency, hoping that, Nigerians will just when people talk about, we are selfish sometimes when we talk. We should not wait for a leader where the Nigerians must be willing to hit the street. No. See, Nigerians must be willing on one hand, and there must be somebody that is willing to show leadership. I give you a recent example. When Abiola lost that election, Nigerians were willing to die for their mandate. But as soon as he left the country, going to America, thinking that his victory will come from America and Britain, the tension, the effort, the anger in Nigerians subsided. But when he realized that the much needed victory will not come from America and Britain, when he came back, Nigerians were more than energized.
Thank you.
They were energized that the thing started all over again.
Thank you.
That was where we got what we got. It was incarcerated. It was almost at the point of getting his mandate if he was not eliminated. So it must be a person that is ready to die, put everything on the line for the sake of Nigeria, not just for the sake of grabbing power's sake. And if there is nobody that will show leadership, no matter how prepared Nigerians are, it will end up like the EndSARS. The difference between political party and the EndSARS was just expression of a bottled anger. It wasn't centered around any individual, and they were not seeking political power. That's the difference. I think there was a formidable leadership with EndSARS. The moment they did what they did at that Lekki toll gate, if EndSARS has continued for another 24 hours, that will be the end of that regime. So somebody must be ready to lead from the front, and the person must be ready to, apart from the votes that will come from Nigerians, because Nigerians are angry, they are hungry, they are tired of this APC, PDP, and whatever arrangement people are making. They just wanted something different from what is on ground right now.
Thank you.
The person must be ready, not just to say Nigerians are ready to decide. And no strong man will be stronger than a nation that are not ready to give up. Nobody can hijack a nation that are not ready to surrender.
Man,
not even a Tinubu can be stronger than the Nigerian people. The Nigerian people must be willing, to have a Oshampi because it's becoming very clear by the day that...
Thank you. You've spoken for so long. Let me let others talk. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thank you, sir. Oh dear. Okay. All right. Oh dear. Maybe I should just okay. Let me quickly just take some messages very quickly so that people sending the messages won't be worried. I have people waiting for me in the back on the back stage or at the backstage rather. Atiku should have used international failure. That's what the Moore said. And the Great Stevie says Nigeria don't pay bills. Bills in Nigeria are free. Come to Europe. Good evening to you all. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Last election was a protest vote. 2027 will be different. Oh wow, really? We're looking forward to that. Diri didn't have the capacity to fight Wiki. Stop saying what you don't know. Election is not won on social media. I wish you know that I can school you in politics anyway. But let's forget about that. Just because one decides to not say a lot of things does not mean that one is a fool. Nigeria will remain poor if they concentrate on president. In Europe, local government is the most vibrant government. People concentrate on local government. The same local government that the same governors have pocketed. Really? Okay, I see you. I see your messages. Let me quickly get into the office. Hello, good evening, and welcome. I have with me Ken Agwolu. I see that you've been trying to join me, Mr. Ken, and I also have Pansat. Mr. Ken Agwolu, you're welcome. Pansat, you're welcome.
Yeah,
All right.
thank
Thank
you.
you very
Uh,
much.
so, thank you. So, Pansat, would you like to go first? Let's hear you first, because you've been waiting.
Okay. Thank you very much. Let me just say that I'm 6'4", so I don't want anybody looking at the way you have this in position. That's if I'm the smallest guy on the screen. I'm a tall guy. So
Oh my
uh,
God. Okay, so
my
let me just
brother.
say that. Let me just say that I'm a very, very tall woman too.
Okay,
From
that's
I'm
awesome.
tall from behind, so it's okay. So let's go on.
Sounds good. I can't see the name of my brother who's there, so because of the
You
graphics
didn't
again.
use your
So
name. No, it's not because of the graphics. He didn't use his name.
okay,
He
like
didn't
I'm
use his
using
name.
pastor. Okay,
Okay,
Ken.
Ken Agolu. Is it
Yeah. Okay,
Agolu? Okay, all right. You're welcome. Go ahead.
Agol.
Go ahead. Mm.
So one of your guests here actually broke everything down. I mean, it wasn't your guest. One of the videos you played, I believe
Yes, exactly.
Majid
That was from Channels Television. Yes.
Channel 7. Okay, Majid
Najid Dahiru.
Dahiru. Yeah, he was good. He because we have a lot of problems in that country, so it's always presented in a form of a fallacy here, as if
But
either
you know
this
you
is
know that why what he said may be a problem is because a lot of obedience are saying that because of the pressing of um El-Rufai, because of his religious extremism and his religious views, that it's just fair for Peter Obi to distance himself from him. But now that he's
and
saying that he's one of those who would help Peter Obi to win the election, should he still distance himself? At some point, would you not need to fight or fight dirty a bit to get what you have to get?
right. But it's some of that is true. He doesn't have to embrace him. I believe he was advising him to talk to his people, and that's advising El-Rufai, who is very dirty, right? In December of 2015, in my opinion, and from records, he committed genocide in Zaria. A lot of people were massacred in that activity against the Shias of Kaduna, right? And he admits to about 300 or something, but the victims claim over 1,000, and the truth's probably in the middle. That's a lot of Nigerians that were buried in mass graves. So that is unforgivable stuff. However, that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about him talking to his people in the north, him being a Rufai, to do the right thing for once. He has some animus against Tinubu, and he should. So they could point. Now, by the way, let me make something very clear here because I keep saying it. Nobody's taking it seriously when I say it, but when you have other guests come in, they hint at it. Serious guests that you get here sometimes, and that is that Tinubu is not 10 foot tall. There are just many ways that Tinubu is going to be beat, right? But the only way to beat Tinubu is not if El-Rufai endorses Tinubu. I mean Obi, Peter Obi. The only way to beat Tinubu is not if Northerners endorse Peter Obi, but it will make it much easier. The last election was rigged by Northerners, was rigged by Buhari, was rigged by INEC. Right? That's who rigged that election. It wasn't Tinubu nor his genius. Where he employed his own modus operandi was like say Lagos. They took that as a given that he's going to win Lagos. So they didn't really invest. Buhari didn't invest too much in Lagos. They thought he built Lagos, he's gonna win it, but he lost it because he was bribing and doing the kind of stuff he's doing now. Now the other part of his success came from somebody like Wike and other South actors. It has nothing to do with he's not a genius. He couldn't hold together what was handed over to him, the coalition that was handed over to him. If he was such a smart genius, he wouldn't have any problem. You know, they handed him a lot, but he methodically ruined all those things. That's why Atiku's words, adjectives are in order, right? He's a failure. I believe it's one of the words you read out there.
Yes, he said
He's
he's a failure.
yeah, he's a
And that he's
failure,
Nigeria's number one enemy.
and I wouldn't doubt that, right? So what I would say though, I know we have somebody else here to chime in, so we'll probably make it conversational, so I don't just go all the way. What I want to say to you, the major thing I want to say, we should not be overestimating Tinubu. We should not estimate him. That's true. But the worst thing that I've seen so far is inevitability attribute that's given to him. Like, okay, he's going to win. It's going to be very hard to beat him. That's not true. It's not going to be hard to beat him. What I want to make sure is that INEC and the courts are in check. The courts are not supposed to pick winners and losers. If there's an election and there's an anomaly, a malfunction, that election should be rerun. When it gets to the courts, they're supposed to order that it should be rerun. Stuff like that is the mistake that's being made. All these characters who are jumping ship, joining Tinubu, they've always been there. All of them are bad actors. All of them. So I want to rest it there, and then I hope for Mr. Ogolo to come back to me one more time so I could conclude. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, thank
Yes,
you,
ma'am.
Precious.
Yes, please.
First of all, I want to go down to these governors and some of the legislators decamping. It is on record in Delta State. Okowa was the governor. Okowa was the vice presidential candidate. That is Delta.
Yes.
It will began 71% of the voters. A sitting governor, a vice presidential candidate. Atiku did not even get 25%. Go and check in Delta. So I'm not really scared about these governors decamping. They will meet their Waterloo with the current APC when they start this nomination. You will see what's gonna happen. So I'm not worried. It is not about them. Just like though I don't like him, the acting president, chairman of PDP, I don't like him, but he said it is not about governor being a governor or being a senator. You see what happened in Southeast. You see what happened in Nasarawa. You see what happened in Plateau. So I'm not worried about that. It's the people. Now let's come to what the columnist said about El-Rufai talking to the corner. That is the best strategy. And I'm here begging Atiku, please be a father. You can do it. Be a father. Get Obi El-Rufai ticket. I don't care what people said about El-Rufai. This is a fight to the finish. El-Rufai knows how to fight. It is a fight. The fairest person Tinubu will be seeing is El-Rufai. He knows his onions. If it is war, it is war. They already told him, don't think about rigging an election. Because what if Obi comes in under that coalition as the presidential candidate? The southern vote will be divided and Obi will get a lot of that.
Now, let me hold your thoughts there. Apologies.
Yes.
So we could just bar breaks more.
Go
I
ahead.
will reply to you partly, and I will reply to Panzer a bit partly too.
Okay.
Now, or perhaps ask on our questions. I don't even know, but I mean, we're having a chat after all. It's not an interview. So for Panzer, when he talks, say, "Make only the carry Tinubu like saying the person will be unbeatable." There is nobody that is unbeatable. Nobody. Dey unbeatable. Even Christ, wey dem bring as the savior to come save the world, shebi dem beat am finish, crucify and hang am for up. Him come die like a mortal man. So nobody is unbeatable. But the thing is, if the circumstances and conditions were right, do you understand? The reason why people say that is because they understand this person antecedents. If he was unbeatable, when Peter Obi beat him in Lagos State, or you think that he's willing to relax and not learn from that Lagos beating, what are you doing and what are the obedience doing to ensure that they also know that he would have learned from that, and then Ingo don't they do something to make sure it don't happen again? Now we're talking about a situation where we say we know we're not going to feel let a free and fair election. Speaking about what you said, now coming to you, Ken, it's not because people are excited that an Okowa or an Oboriwori, the Delta State governor, get political might. No, not because of saying they get political might. Because we know say they put them there as rigging machineries. Because they put him there. In fact, now weak case, I want to believe, sir, that this may even be a weak case calculation. Get all the governors, I'll tell them what to do. I did it in River State. Do you understand? I just want to believe that it may be that. If truly, from all indications, report from Premium Times, report from BBC that he has not stood, so that he not come and pick me up and said I said he rigged the election. Because these people have accused him from their findings that he rigged the River State election to favor President Bola Tinubu. And he has not taken them to court. So I want to borrow from what they said, because on our way that abroad, they no go do on the meeting. Now me they go come for. Right? If these people had said it that he rigged the election and he has not taken them to court, and they presented evidence to show that he rigged the Port Harcourt River State election in favor of APC, and everybody kept quiet, and he worked, it sufficed, we're letting it go. What makes you think that he may not have met Tinubu? Remember that he's struggling to ensure he shows Tinubu his political relevance. He no one here say anybody don't collect in title for Tinubu hand. Remember, he wants to make sure that he's continuously politically relevant. And what will he do to show the president that he's relevant? Don't worry, the whole of the South, leave them for my hand. I go handle them. Oh, by the way, they would have used an Akpabio to ensure that a pastor, they don't hold him for one corner. So they can do. So he just has to do what he has to do. Just tell him, oh, let's get all the governors first. If you get all the governors on your side, then we have it. We have it handled. That's about it. This is to say that even governors that eventually decamp and those who no go decamp, they go all work in favor, just like Majid said, they would all work in favor of the president. Not because they are working in favor of the president. That's why I kept asking that question to anybody who come here. And they asked them, why are the governors' defection a problem? Then go vote with their votes, come vote my own votes, join together. No, it's not because of that. It's because they are putting them there as the machineries to win the elections. Of course, through crooked means. That's just it. So that is answering your question. Oh, wait, yes, I'm coming. So I do know that Okowa did not win Delta State. I do know that Omahi did not win Ebonyi State. Not even Hope was on him winning an Imo State for Tinubu in 2027 and 2023. No. But they have kept these people there. They in their mind, once a state is an APC state, the governors are able to galvanize people to or still vote for them. That's all. That's what is in their mind.
Don't forget not Lagos. So
I know.
Lagos is the big one. It's an APC and his stooge, actually. And he lost.
I know. We know that. You see, that thing that happened in Lagos, they would never let it happen again. Go and mark it. It was a slap. They won't let it happen again. Not because it cannot happen if election is free and fair. And that is why I buy with what people are saying. I think it's time we march to the National Assembly and tell them, you know what? We need a formidable electoral reform. Give us a good electoral reform. Then let's not begin to match them glitch for glitch. If they glitch, we'll glitch back. Let's also bring in some mad technical guys that know what they do.
We have electoral reform. The 2022 Electoral Act, right?
2022 on that they already know how to the loopholes.
No, they don't know how to. They don't know how.
The same 2022 electoral reform that the court has told you that the fact that the court has said the fact that the electoral reform states that you can transmit a vote electronically, that is just a mere suggestion that INEC is not mandated to do it. That INEC deserves and reserves the right to choose whatever way they feel like.
Yeah. Could I say something on that? I know that
is that not a flaw?
No, it's not, because now that apex court ruling makes a difference. See, we were relaxed thinking that INEC was going to transmit that result from the polling unit. We thought so, right? So, and we thought it was going to be an electronic, according to the schedule that INEC had put out, that this is an electronic election. They're gonna. So now that they have now cemented it, now we have to guard those results, right? From the EC8, from A, EC8A, EC8B, EC8C, D. So now we're gonna see, we relaxed before thinking that at least INEC is going to transmit the results electronically. So because when you go and look at that schedule, anyway, to make a long story short, that Electoral Act of 2022 is good, even though that the courts eviscerated everything there. But now it's put it to where it's jailed. Now we know that he cannot do those things he did before. He thinks he can do the same thing. And it wasn't him that did it. It was Buhari and INEC.
If Buhari and INEC can do it, then you think he will not do what? Come on.
He will not do it. He's doing it on the state level. He's doing it on the
now.
yeah. Go ahead. I'll explain to you later. He
ahead.
cannot do that. He's not that smart.
Let me comment. Yeah. Precious.
You're joking.
You are
Yes,
a little bit right and a little bit wrong. First, once we get to B and El-Rufai in the ticket, you will see the energy going everywhere. The first energy is going to the INEC. We know better. The youth know better now. Going to the INEC, one, make it mandatory for the transmission from the polling unit to the INEC. That is one.
In real time.
Second, we don't need coalition for anything. That ward, local government, state, we don't need it. The result will be there, and you will see everything. The system will coalesce right there for you, see. Now, what I'm saying is, people are thinking now, Tinubu knows. Do you know how election is being rigged? It's people that rig election. If you stay there dollar for dollar, man for man, right there, I trust El-Rufai. He will tell you, if you want to leave, it's up to you. If you want to come there and rig election for Tinubu, then just say bye-bye to your people, because you'll be dead. I'm serious. This is not gentleman at all, right? This is killer for killer, if you want. So Tinubu will not be in the polling booth, or he will get his money and get his boss. But if you are there as a returning agent and they're telling you to transmit, and you say you will not transmit, you'll be dead right away. And if you know that you'll be dead right away, you wouldn't write it. So there's no gentleman. So what I'm saying is kind of agree on what the last speaker said. If we have known all their shenanigans, we know, and people will be ready. And the only people that will engineer this is the youth and the coalition of El-Rufai and the Peter Obi. You will see the magnet. You will see how things will roll out. So that's all I will say. Go ahead.
Yeah, let me say that I agree with the spirit that you speak. I don't want El-Rufai on a ticket. I believe that Baba Ahmed Dati is one of the best. Shoulder for shoulder with Peter Obi, as a matter of fact. I don't even know which one is better, right? But he should be on the team. We want El-Rufai inside pissing out than we want him outside pissing in. Finally, let me say that with the last statement you made, that important, it's like going to a match, right? Let's say Arsenal has Bukayo Saka, Declan Rice, right? Michael Merino, Gabriel Martinelli, all those people as a team. You know they're gonna do well. You understand? If you have all the good actors and as well as the strong ones, such as El-Rufai, who's a strong man, and or everybody, Showore is gonna come on board at some point. You got everybody now knows. Now, finally, what I wanted to say is that before Tinubu was an enigma. There was a thing like, there's really no difference between Peter Obi and Tinubu. Whichever one comes in there, maybe the economy is going to go. Right now, we know, as a matter of fact, that Tinubu cannot run the country. He cannot run it economically. He cannot run it without travel animals. So that's going to be gone, which means Nigerians are not going to come out. They are not going to be nonchalant and say, either one from the South that wins, this is okay. Do you understand what I'm saying, Precious? This is psychologically. Now, remember what I said when I said a couple of weeks ago that, what's his name here? Fubra. It's on the other side. Nobody, remember, none of your guests here. And now I believe that Ken Agol is one of your smartest guests I've seen here. But not even him would have predicted when I predicted a couple of weeks ago.
You won't keep doing that. You won't keep doing that.
So
please, no.
It's not knocking anybody.
No, you don't do that. So if someone comes up here to insult you, you wouldn't like that. So please.
No, that's not an insult. Ken is smart. I mean, I haven't seen anybody better than he is on this platform.
As much as Ken is smart, other people are also smart. Please don't do this.
All right.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Can I say something? I know
you can. Kindly help me hold your thought. Let me take this call. Hello, good evening, Mr. Ken. Kindly help me hold your thoughts. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Good evening, Precious.
Sir, you're welcome. Tony, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Yes. I greet my brothers over there.
They can hear you.
And yes, what I want to contribute is the first person that said El-Rufai and Peter Obi is what is called Nigerian politics is gonna work. The other man that said that is just normal politics. But let me tell you the honest truth. If Peter Obi and El-Rufai frag any ticket today, Tinubu will go to 1 month exile to go and sleep, to go and rest. Because you will have BP, you will catch cold. El-Rufai is the only person that can whistle power for Tinubu. El-Rufai is the man that Tinubu fears a lot. El-Rufai is the man that made Tinubu got the presidential ticket of APC.
I agree with you.
El-Rufai know how to talk to their people.
Yeah.
And that's the only person. Even El-Rufai gets into a team, it does not work. If I'm not a key player, I will not do much as if I'm a key player. So I will suggest, and from the look of things, coming from Abia, remember some people joined SDP, yes, from Abia. Don't be surprised, it's going towards that way. Before you know it, Obi and LS will join SDP because PDP can never be the same as because of Mike and his fashion. And because if tomorrow now, if PDP get a convention, what's it called? We can organize another one. Before you know it, they go to court. And PDP will not have a presidential candidate. So the best for them is this SDP. They are romancing right now. And if SDP frag it, P2B and El-Rufai, they have an intelligent man with a warrior, another warrior. And let me tell you, the governor's defensive does not make anything. P2B never had any governor. Any governor last election, he don't have no governor. But he won Army State. So the governors, they are there on themselves, but they can't determine for we Nigerians. And the best bet is what I'll suggest. If P2B and El-Rufai can get their ticket together under SDP, forget PDP, because PDP has a lot of crisis. If you stop, they have gone a lot deep into that party.
Could I respond to this caller? Let me respond to the caller.
Thank you.
The-
All right, so you can, but before you respond, let me quickly let Nigerians know that if this is your first time of joining us, please click on the subscription button. I beg now. It's not the first time we join us, so yeah, click on that subscription button. Kindly subscribe, follow us like a village people, make you for the know between what they talk. And in case you never like this post, go like this post now. And when they talk about our Nigeria, if this Nigeria better, you know, go better for only me, it go better for all of us. So like, click on the like button, like this. Pensat, have you liked?
yes, I have.
Please like
If I
the
like
post.
it
Thank you so much.
again, it's gonna
Kindly like
remove
the
the one
post.
I liked already. But let me say that it's quite surprising
Thank
that we
you.
have
Good.
over 353 people at least from where I'm watching it, and it's only 59 likes. That's probably just because people are enjoying it and they forgot to click. But please click on it, give her a lot of likes. If not for her, do it for me. I'm
Thank
here.
you.
So now, what I'm saying, ma'am, with the last
Thank
caller,
you.
that is looking for
Mm.
a solution where there's no problem, right? SDP will not do
Mm.
it. It's Labour Party. That's where it is. Peter Obi should not go anywhere else. They're gonna fix Labour Party. They've started the process of fixing it. They won with it before. It was a landslide. Peter Obi won that election with a landslide. In my calculation, he won about 29 states. Tinubu did not win a single state in that last election. To be honest, I mean, as from my calculation. So now, I don't even know if he won his own polling booth, his own polling unit. So now, what I'm gonna say though is this:
That's body loss.
we are not going to
Yeah, he lost. He
bring,
lost, Babylon. He lost front
yeah,
and back. He lost.
yeah, he lost the election. But now, so what's the problem? Collation of results, like my brother said here. That's what it is, collation of results. So they did it before, but you have to know that Buhari is a formidable candidate. He's a stranger. He's laconic. He doesn't talk. Northerners look at him as a mega scare kind of person. He's a military thug who committed a coup d'etat before, so he had some gravitas, right? So he was able to fool everybody and rig the election. He didn't talk a lot, so nobody knew that he wasn't sitting on a fence. That's why that worked. Now, somebody said, you know how you rig elections? There's so many polling units, there's so many characters. The governors don't do it, and Madam Precious agree that the governors really don't make a difference. But that's not why Tinubu is doing all that stuff. He has a something in his pocket that he's gonna pull. He's just fooling us with this move he's making with these governors. That's not. He's just doing that. But his main thing is at the Supreme Court. He knows what he's counting on is after the election, the action will go all the way to the Supreme Court where he's going to win with a verdict from the Supreme Court. That's his only
All
game.
right. So man of
Yeah.
this. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Kenny, we're going to say
Yeah, I
something
was
before I let
going
man
to
of
say
this speak.
something. All I'm saying is
Yeah.
this: Tinubu knows El-Rufai capability. Wike knows El-Rufai evil genius. If you don't put El-Rufai in the ticket, if you don't put him in the ticket, El-Rufai was the person that got the Northern Coalition to support Tinubu. Tinubu knows that. All right.
But Tinubu lost Kaduna though.
If you don't make him a principal factor in that coalition, he getting Dati Ahmed. No, he become a gentleman thing. We're not talking about gentleman this time.
No, but he lost Kaduna now.
Let me finish. Let me finish.
Tinubu lost Kaduna though, so address that.
Well, I understand. This time around is the wicked way of doing business. Kill and kill. That's what I'm talking about. And they know where to fight and do that. Okay? So if you get this guy, if you get what is the Dati Ahmed, no, nothing will happen. So you want to get a madman fighting a madman. If you want kill, we kill. And they know. So if you there's no gentleman in this, no gentleman in this. So
Ken,
that's all I'm saying.
Ken,
I've still maintained, if we can beg Atiku, please, you've done a lot. Save this country. Let El-Rufai and Obi team together. March. We're not talking about SDP or Labour Party. You know what? They're not going to recognize Osman. You know that was going to happen. They're still thinking about it. It's thinking about it. The transmission is there. Everything is there. I still take it.
You're almost right. The only
Yeah,
place
so
you
what?
get it wrong.
Let me finish. What I'm saying is a coalition of SDP, PDP, APC, and Labour come together, rename into a new party, all of you together, and let's fight this war. That's what I'm saying. Any
Let me
other
just say
thing?
something before
Go
man
ahead.
of prestige, with your indulgence, and then Ms. Precious. Here, you're almost there, but there's something there are some things that are impossible, right? These politicians have ego. You cannot really go there and have a merger of parties, right? Political parties. That's not necessary. It'd be nice if they can do it. They cannot do that, but they should work together. There should be cooperation, not a merger. And if, for example, if Peter Obi picks the governor of El-Rufai as his vice president, then I'm not going to support him. Somebody like me, I would then cut out, right? And actually work against him. But now, you almost have it right. El-Rufai doesn't have to be on the ticket to work for a southern presidency this time. Maybe they could cut a deal where Peter Obi does 4 years. He could support and bless it and talk to his people, not to be on the ticket, no. And then finally, El-Rufai did not, he supported Tinubu, and he was a governor, and he couldn't win his state for Tinubu. In that case, PDP won Kaduna State, I believe. That's Waziri Fadamawa.
But the number of votes he gave to Kaduna State was also substantial enough, and you do know that. But let me take a break and take this call, please. Kindly wait. Man of Prestige, please be on the line. Hello, good evening, and welcome. Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, you're welcome. What's your name? Yes, what's your name? Where are you calling from? Very quickly. Sorry, you've been trying to reach us. Okay. Ojo, you're welcome.
Ojo is my name. I'm calling from Dubai.
All right, you're welcome. Go ahead.
My little contribution about the whole issue is first about this major stuff. El-Rufai can never be trusted to start with. El-Rufai represents a negative perception towards Nigerian politics. Coming to think of it, this present government of Tinubu, he is one of the persons that brought it to power, and he was the one that was equally boasting that he initiated this Muslim ticket. He replicated it from Kaduna.
We know all of that.
We know all of that.
We know all of that.
We're talking about winning election. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about winning election.
It's not really trustworthy. But the thing is that we have to come to a conclusion of getting a measure whatsoever to bring somebody substantial like Obi, not even Atiku. Atiku is one of the reasons PDP has crumbled today because of his selfish ambition. So Atiku, it's going to be as him. But if Atiku really wants Nigeria to work, he should support somebody like Obi or somebody credible. Not he wants to be the forefront as he always wants to be. Atiku is the reason PDP crumbled today. He's great for power. So to me, just somebody like Obi to push forward, somebody with a good heart that has the capacity and the will to move the nation forward.
Thank you.
Not a greedy politician who wants to grab power by all means for his selfish interest. He's a selfless man. He's a wealthy man for himself. He does not care about himself, but he cares about the people. He has the idea to push the nation forward.
Thank you.
So we know what you are suffering. We have suffered too much, and it's only somebody that has the idea to push Nigeria forward.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, man of Prestige, you wanted to say something. Let me let you have the line.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead,
greeting,
please.
Precious, Ken, Agolo, and my brother over here from my college. So greeting, Pansat. Yeah, Precious. I mean, I know Ken has been, said it doesn't really matter for El-Rufai to be the vice president. I don't trust El-Rufai. I mean, the antecedent of El-Rufai, tell you what it is. It's not, I mean, sometimes just winning by all costs. I mean, none of us want Tinubu because Tinubu has taken the country to a bad trajectory. We know what it is. We know the kind of person he is. But El-Rufai, believe me, up to right now, I can't really pinpoint whether El-Rufai is really against Tinubu. But you all remember what happened during the pre-election. Because I mean, I don't trust El-Rufai of all the whole Northerners. You know, but my main focus is that Obi should be the flag bearer. Obi should never deputize for anybody. Atiku should come in as the elder statesman. I don't know what his role is gonna be in that coalition in order for it to work. Because what's really going on right now. I mean, if Obi contest with maybe is it the Bauchi state governor or somebody, somebody very reputable in that area, he's gonna gonna vote because that 6 million you already have, it's in the bank for him. So somebody credible, not El-Rufai. I don't know what the Biden is gonna do. I don't have a vote. I'm only gonna support. I mean, Precious, you in Nigeria. Do you think the obedience, we vote with El-Rufai in the ticket? I'm saying, you get the temperature of people in Nigeria, particularly the obedience, how they feel.
So the problem is yes, if we have an understanding. Now, see, there is a lot to Nigerian politics than we understand or that is even in the open, right? We are we are very divided along ethnic and religious lines. Very, very divided, right? So because of our division, you see that extremism, that reason will make you talk, say, go like make error fight dey for the same ticket with Peter Obi. Now that reason will make a core Muslim northerner go want make him be. And you need their votes.
Thank you.
That reason will make you
Thank you.
want them.
Madam,
Day. That reason,
Precious.
I'm coming.
What kind
I'm
of
coming.
what kind
Now
of
that reason will make them go want making day. So I think we have to come to an understanding. How about if an El-Rufai comes back now to say that what I said was not meant this way? I understand that my Christian brothers would have felt bad, but it wasn't this way, it's this way. It's politics. And really, he may have said that to fan the egos of his fellow northerners. Do you understand? See, at the situation we are in Nigeria right now, we are desperate.
Exactly.
People are dying of hunger. You know that people are not
Exactly.
able to buy ordinary BP drugs of
No
2,500.
gentleman in that.
People are
No
dying.
gentleman
So
at
right
all.
now, I think
Mad
that we
people
should
in
do without whether or not
there.
the person is a northerner or
No.
Christian or
but
Muslim. In
madam,
fact, do you know what we need? You know what we need in Nigeria now? We just that thing that one of my guests said last week or so that Nigeria just need a semblance of good leadership. Just one small good leadership. We go realize say no be north, east, south, or west or religion be our problem. We go realize say our problem na bad leadership all along.
yeah, but
So I
Madam
think that that's
Precious,
what we need.
please, before Madam of
Sir,
Prestige, yeah, go there. Don't do the sad thing with me. I'm a simple guy.
can I take this
Okay,
call? Can
sure,
I
go
take this
ahead, go
call,
ahead.
please? You get that? You help me turn up the volume of your radio, volume of your radio set. No, no, no. I don't like to hear myself. It doesn't make for a smooth conversation, please.
Hello?
Turn it up totally, please. Thank you, sir. You're
Can you
welcome.
hear me now? Is it
Yes, I
fine?
can. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
There is something I want us to understand here. The issue of El-Rufai and Atiku. If they really want us, to take Nigeria back, you will not have Obi and other person without El-Rufai. El-Rufai is in the equation.
Exactly.
Because there is one thing, if you are doing mathematics, if you are solving an equation, let's say x2 plus 2s plus 5, there is El-Rufai is that equation at the middle.
Exactly.
For you to take over Nigeria, the North is involved. And for us to get Nigeria back, El-Rufai should be in that equation.
Exactly.
We should have one understanding if we really want to take Nigeria back. If we are removing El-Rufai from the equation, bet me, with the current INEC situation, if you like, Obi comes 20 times, he will not win. I bet you that. Because if you check what is happening, the reason why most governors are defecting is because Tinubu is making them to believe that the Northerners want to present a candidate. So now he's making them to be on his side. He's letting them to understand that power must return in the South. So he doesn't know the game plan. If these people are clever, they join together, they bring somebody from the South. Then these governors that defected will see reason to support their own, especially people from the south and the southeast.
Yes.
Their
Middle belt too.
is already
Middle belt.
over.
Yes.
The only place that will become a challenge is the southeast and the south. I want us to understand, when it comes to politics, there should be strategies. Tinubu is playing his game. Let me tell you something. If we want to take Nigeria back, as I said, these things should be in place. One. Two, we should clamor for electoral reform. That is for the issue. That is one thing people don't understand. We should not remove El-Rufai, irrespective of his religion, irrespective of anything. As long as we want to rescue Nigeria, everybody is involved.
Thank you.
Please
Thank
let me answer. I'm gonna be gone in a little bit.
Thank you. Thank you. You've made your points. I
Yeah.
appreciate you.
People want us to remain in the situation we are.
No, hold
Thank
on.
you. Thank
Please,
you.
if you could stay on the phone, I want to respond to him. So maybe he has something to say.
I'm from Delta State.
Yeah, hold on.
I know what I'm saying.
I know.
I've
Listen,
been in politics.
caller, let me tell you
I
something.
know that. Yeah.
There's a lot of fallacy.
So
Could you mute? He doesn't want to stop. Could you mute the guy?
These people want to bring
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So kindly turn off and listen from your device.
Yeah,
some people want to react to what
Mr. Caller, there's a lot of fallacies in what you're saying, right? Number one, let me just make it very clear. Some things are calculable. We could calculate El-Rufai's political value, right? I know you're not looking for him for his political value. How many votes he's going to bring in? In Kaduna, for example, PDP got
Mr. Ken, can you help me sit up a bit so that we can see your face clearly?
Right.
We're just seeing your head.
599,000 for PDP, 599,000 for APC, which El-Rufai supported at the time. He was able to rig in 399,000, and Peter Obi got 299,000. Substantial. So now he didn't win it. So you can't say he's going to deliver Kaduna. He's not even popular in his state now. But you're right. He's tricky. He's a alleged mass murderer. He could kill. He could give tea. He could do a lot of things. So we want him on our side because of that, right? Not as replacing somebody as perfect as Baba Ahmed Dati. Don't play. Now, I was trying to interrupt you, Madam Precious, because Baba Ahmed Dati that I'm suggesting is a Muslim. It's a northerner, a good Muslim. So it must not then and a gentleman, right? Quiet. He's not that kind of gentleman. Hold on.
I would pick a Baba Ahmed to El-Rufai anytime.
Absolutely.
I would
He's
pick
not
him
a gentleman the way you think. Mr. Golu.
But what I'm trying to say now,
he's not that kind of a gentleman.
Apologies. The point I am making is it's not because I would prefer an El-Rufai to a Dati Baba Ahmed, for instance. I am just saying that if it comes to that, because we're not even the decision makers,
Yes.
if it comes to the point that that is the decision that has been made, let's not throw away El-Rufai and say, okay, because that is a decision, so we'll never support Obi.
Okay, let me
because
reclaim
the
time.
That's the point I am
reclaim
making.
the time I'm using, and I'll be done very soon here, to be fair, right? But let me tell you, El-Rufai is a different culprit. He is unacceptable. Now, because we're not going through all these exercises just to win an election. Do you understand? We're going through this exercise so that when we do win, we bring a new Nigeria forth. It's a new Nigeria that we're fighting for. Because it doesn't matter if Peter Obi is president or not. Who cares? The point is that when we win, we have a new Nigeria that can deliver. There'll be rule of law. The government has to obey the law. There has to be individual rights. There should be everything according to the Constitution. So if we win with the same people who do not obey the laws, who are killers, then we've made no change. Work in physics and in otherwise is described as there should be a displacement, right? If you do something all day.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Can I ask you a
Yes.
question? Are we going to have a new Nigeria that involves the entire Nigeria? Or we're going to seclude people who share different values from ours or with us? That's one. And secondly, have you asked yourself a question? One, why did Atiku Abubakar delete the post he made about Deborah? during the Boros death? Have you asked yourself why most northerners, northern leaders, northern elites, northern influencers are always quiet about extremism in Nigeria? Have you asked yourself that question? Going back to what I asked you about El-Rufai, what makes you think that the same reason for which you hate El-Rufai, that there are not people who love that reason? Or do you want to have a Nigeria that is just rational for you alone? You and I have a different perspective to life. Our values are different from theirs, but they are still part of
Okay.
Nigeria.
Let
So
me
are
let
you
me
going to have a Nigeria that will serve you
no
alone,
let me
that will
let me
serve your
let me answer
purpose,
those three
and that
questions.
would not, that'll be
Yeah.
intolerant of their
Right.
opinion?
Let me answer
What is
those
the question?
three questions, and you guys please excuse me for like a couple of minutes to do this because they're very important question. And please,
You have spoken for so long,
please,
so just say
I
I'm
know, but
sorry.
it's your question. So, and they're very good questions. I don't. Let me tell you. Number one, believe it or not, there are more good Nigerians than the bad ones. Right? It's just that about 1,000 or 2,000 people have been ruling the country from the north, from the south, from the east, and from the west. Right? The first question you asked me is that, do you really see us having a new Nigeria that would do this and do that? Yes. We almost had it in 2023, where everybody came together, right? So
So we will leave anybody that new Nigeria will be devoid of religious
it would
extremism.
be,
You think is an
yes.
orient you think is an orientation you
No,
change
no, it
overnight?
is. No,
Okay, you
listen
they
now.
joke.
Listen to me. Listen.
Answer,
No,
no
no,
vex,
no,
you
no.
they
Listen.
joke. Don't
You're
worry
not
yourself.
listening.
You
No,
not
listen.
understand
Listen
where
to
you
me.
did. Now we did the
No, no,
country. Now
no,
we
no.
understand
Look,
this people. Now we will
that
tell you who them
locals
be.
does not
But don't worry
locals doesn't
yourself.
mean anything. Listen,
Okay.
I'm son of the soil.
Okay.
I'm there in spirit daily. I know everything that's going on there. Number
Oh
two,
yeah,
let me
hurry
tell
up.
you. Number two, when we have the good leadership, like we're talking about, somebody like Peter Obi, Baba Medati, all these other people who are coming together, that came together the last time in 2023. So a lot of people from the north, from the south, from the east, from the west. When you go to people like Dele Farah to me there, when you go to people like we've lost some, but Adeba and Jordan, right? When you go to Nigerians who are pushing for a new
Kindly
Nigeria,
help me
yeah.
wrap
So
up.
when
Wrap
we
up.
have that, people are going to taste what would it be like Nirvana? Because Nigerians were very smart. We're not going to be like, say, Libya or Iraq when America gave them
Then
freedom.
those that share alternative views, you throw
No,
them
no, yeah,
away from the
because they're
Nigeria.
going to be defeated,
Okay,
right?
no problem.
All those people, all those bad
Eh.
characters,
And they will keep quiet.
they cannot
And
do
they will keep
anything.
quiet
They
when they're
cannot, because
defeated.
once those people come
You're
in,
just too much
they're
of
gonna be.
that's a
We're
wishful
gonna go on
thinking.
a.
That's a
They're gonna
wishful
be
thinking, but it's okay.
arrested
I'll
and
let
they're
you
gonna be
enjoy your El
prosecuted for all the
Dorado.
crimes
Yeah,
they've
right.
committed, right?
Okay.
Because
All
you're
right.
gonna have
All
Yeah,
right.
right.
people like
You just think I'm sorry,
okay,
but oh
well
please.
anyway,
Even man
you're
of
gonna take
prestige they
you're
shake
gonna
up
take me
because
seriously when I'm
you
talking.
know say that view
You
from
are
the
right.
word. You know say that one
Normally,
they
I'm
water
more
tall of
caustic than this. That's why man of prestige is even surprised that I'm tolerating all the recalcitrant I see from the host and some guests here. The point of the matter is that you have to trust Nigerians. You
recalcitrant from the
and
host.
the guests.
Or guy.
You have to understand that
Okay.
Nigeria, right? It's not what you see there in the last decade or so. There are a lot of intelligent and prominent Nigerians worldwide. So Nigerians are not the people who left behind there, and we're coming home to take the country back. This 2027, we're coming to take it back. So I want you to understand that we're Nigerians, no matter where
All
we
right,
are.
thank
Thank you
you.
very much,
Thank you so much. One
Ken.
start,
Thank
please.
you,
We have a
man of
call at
prestige. Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Precious.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Good evening, Precious.
Yes, please, welcome. What's your name? Where are you
Once
calling
again,
from?
thank you for the good job. I understand my friend Pastor is coming from the angle of credibility
Yes,
and
it won't get.
know.
But
Okay,
credibility,
wait.
they hungry all of us now. It they hungry
We
us.
are
Who
here
not
for
like better
objectivity.
thing?
We are here for objectivity, not for we are playing politics today. We
God
are not
bless
here for.
you. That's the point I was trying to
Let's
make.
play the politics. Let me tell him the fact. If we want to put El-Rufai side by side by Dati Ahmed, in terms of credibility, everybody want to pick Dati Ahmed first. But then,
In terms of the clouds,
he doesn't have the power to galvanize the North as much as Atiku
Exactly.
and El-Rufai would do. Number one.
can I even blow your mind? Sorry, sir. Can I quickly add to what you said? Do you know that part of the game to galvanize the North will also to use those things that we don't like, that religious extremist statements that we don't like? That's part of what we need to galvanize the North. That's the game we don't understand.
Oh, yes. There is no gentleman in that way. No gentleman in title war.
If you watch, even in the last dispensation, right? His elder brother was with Obi. His elder brother, who is also well educated, was on the other side. In fact, he was even in this government, just retired.
Oh yes, I know. He was Shetima's political advisor just yesterday. Yes.
We need a northerner who has the capability to mobilize not just his family, his friends, his enemies. They understand one language in the north. Their own arrangement is not as difficult as we have in the south. They go one way, they move like a sheep.
If they hear stop, then they hear go, then they hear come back. Now go be that.
Once the imam has spoken in the church, in the mosque, once they organize their meeting, you could see the role El-Rufai played, even at a point. Tinubu was not even sure of his faith. He knew Buhari wasn't for him. He was already making moves to go to SDP. He took the likes of El-Rufai to break that jinx, to break that confusion, to make he was the only person that could penetrate Buhari, to know the heart of Buhari, to say, okay, you go and organize for whoever you want to organize for. He took the leadership of El-Rufai to mobilize the northern support for Tinubu to get what he got. Though he was disappointed at the end of the day. And again, I want to surprise you. El-Rufai is not going to be on the ticket. From feelings very close to El-Rufai that I know, his intention is not to be on the ticket. He's not willing. He's not going to be on the ticket. I wish somebody like Atiku could be vice. This is very, very rare. This is going to be difficult though. Atiku, if you remove Buhari from the northern...
but Atiku cannot be vice again. He's been vice twice.
How can he be vice?
That is not working.
He's already vice before. No, the only thing just be an elder statesman. That's all. Yeah.
We see it as a lifelong ambition. This is where the problem lies. And they go into the race, into 2027, anything more than a 2-horse race, like a 3-horse race, the reputation of
Tinubu will come back again.
Yes. Tinubu will win.
Yes. Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you totally. And that is why this calculation, they have to calculate it well. So I like the fact, say, many people never really talk where they belong to. And I like the fact, say, Peter Obi still, they like saying they neither here nor there, because we need that uncertainty, first of all, while they make their political calculations. It's very, very important, because honestly speaking, if we go with a 2.5 leg or 3 leg or 3 leg like we did the last time, or 3.5 like we did the last time, because it was a 3.5 horse race the last time. If we do that again, then it's going to be very disastrous. In fact, it's a straight ticket. And that's why a lot of people insist, say, that's why people they talk, say, people like Deja believe that Peter Obi and Kwankwaso worked in favor of Tinubu. Because the arguments, some of them feel like, say, the argument now say, come on, you know this man. You helped Atiku divide the votes. Because where did Peter Obi come out from? He came out from PDP. That means that vote will be, say, Peter Obi, Kwankwaso, and Atiku get would have belonged all to PDP. Yeah. And there is no way Tinubu would have been included. I hope we understand that Tinubu is the president that has won with the least votes in Nigeria.
Yes.
Now, the only president we don't win with the least votes, that is the least.
That's 3%. That's 3%.
Yes, he is the least popular, meaning that the most majority. And then this election, even with the fact that now the election where we say get the most, the most what they call them, where people talk about the most, and where get the most in terms of awareness, now still the least voted. If you calculate the number of votes in this election, you want to marry, would you even compare the 2007 election between Yar'Adua and Buhari? You can't even go there. Because that's the election that had how many thousand votes? Almost 40,000 or 50-something thousand votes. Not this election. With all the noise we make when Nigerians come from abroad, the noise and all that, you would think we'll have about 100,000 people voting. At least from what we had from the INEC portal, that we had about 97,000 registered voters. You would think at least, if you bad too much, we'll get 60,000 voters. But no. Why? Because we had a lot of voter suppression. It's not because of people who were not willing to vote. There were lots of voter suppression. Yeah. People could not vote.
Even more in Lagos. More in Lagos.
I was not even in Lagos, included in Imo State. There was a local government I monitored as a reporter in Imo State that election did not take place, but results were announced to that local government. There were words that election did not take place, but results were announced in those words.
That is true.
How did you manufacture the results? This one, we even showed it on TV Korokoro. Do you understand? So there were lots of things that happened in this election. So we must attack. We cannot put sentiment. We cannot be sentimental. Whether we like Muslims and their extremism or not, or we do not like. I'm even not a member. I don't even believe in any religion right now. Because all we just want is a functional Nigeria.
I agree
Because if
with
we
you.
don't have a functional Nigeria, people will be dropping dead on the street. You know why? I'm sorry. We have a president that I don't want to say that he's so distant from the people. He has a lot of sycophants around him that tell him all sorts of bullshit about what the perceived reality is. That is not. So once they don't tell him that thing, say, don't worry about these people. Things are going well. Your policies are working. Don't worry about them. Now, what's in he want here? He go buy a Hummer Jeep. He go do everything what he want to do. He doesn't care what we're going through. He doesn't care.
Yeah,
He won't even know.
yeah, precious.
I like to call it a day, guys.
Okay,
Yes,
let me just
please,
put this,
please.
and let me just put this. It looked like people really underestimating the capability of El-Rufai. El-Rufai is the leader of that CPC. El-Rufai is a go-to Buhari.
No, but remember, El-Rufai was also in PDP. So
I know. I mean, before
he
left
was
here, I'm talking about the Buhari party before the jam. He's still the leader there. He's still the leader. Okay? So what I'm saying is, there's no gentleman in this. No gentleman. Okay? So that Ahmed will be part of the coalition. You'll be there. They'll be giving minister or whatever. But let that El-Rufai be on the ticket, which will be. And Obi will tell the people he's here to do 4 years. And the power will go back to the North. And that's what the North will hear. Because the APC will telling them, Obi comes now, Obi will do for 8 years and shall change you. No, Obi will make it clear. I'm coming here to complete the slot of the South for 4 years.
South, and I'll go.
Okay, 4 years he goes. And that is the way to get the mind of all these Northern, where the votes are.
It is sad, though. You know why it is sad? It is sad because if Obi eventually gets that, it will be the first time a Southeasterner is getting the ticket. And it will be sad that the Southeasterner got it and was unable to run for 8 years. But right now, we're not even looking at what is ideal. We're not even looking at the right thing. We're looking at the only thing that can help us survive Nigeria right now. Not be whether this one day right or not.
Exactly.
How we go take survive this country. You guys are there. You don't know what's happening here. I almost every day of my life I help people. In fact, while I am on this show, I've received 3 calls about help. While I am on this show, all the times I went off.
We are getting more than that. We are getting that cost.
So the point I'm trying to make is that people are dropping dead because they cannot afford simple medications. Our hospitals are almost moribund. Same hospitals. Have you heard complaint about people in hospitals? Pray may sickness not happen to you for this Nigeria. And then these people don't know. They don't even care. Well, let me quickly accept someone. I think someone is on my back door at the back.
Okay, I gotta go.
Hear what he has. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate you, Mr. Ken. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Mr. KJ, good evening and welcome. Thank you.
Good evening, Precious. Welcome. Good evening.
Why did you smile like that, MOP? Like you know him from somewhere?
Yeah, I know him.
Okay, I see.
So how are you doing? It's good to see you. It's good to see you.
I'm great. Good to see you.
Yes, I've been following you, and your program is great. Thank you for the analysis.
Thank you.
All of them are on point.
Thank you.
Man of prestige, my brother. So good to see you too. Yeah, Precious, I listen to you. Yes, I'll just thank you, and I will say what you're saying is totally correct. But I want you also to think about something. Can there be a relationship between El-Rufai, El-Rubadu, and Buhari? Remember that they are almost all from the same family. So, but here's what I would say. I haven't studied, the northern politics for a while. We shouldn't take anything. We shouldn't hold fast to anything right now. These guys are masters of this game, and they've played us all for a long time. Yeah. And they keep doing the same thing. They go have meetings, and they say, no, Precious, you speak like this. Man of prestige, you speak like this. Me, I will speak like this. Let it look as if we're all in disarray. But when the time start getting close, they will come together and deliver what they want. They've done it to almost all the northern politicians. They deceived, J.S. Tucker. They deceived Solomon Lar. They deceived, majority of those people who trusted and went along with them eventually, at the end of the day, didn't get whatever they were promised. I don't know how Peter Obi is going to do, because Peter Obi is not like Shore. So it's not, yes, bush by bush by. If he was, I would not have a problem. But we pray, we pray. You see, I sympathize with you, because me, even myself, I don't lose hope for the Nigeria. So I'm telling you. That,
And I get mental
no, you see,
breakdown.
I'm even trying to stop myself from commenting, because my emotion is involved. So I don't want to even kill myself before the Nigerian people.
No, but,
You know,
unfortunately, now we have only one country we really call ours, and we must be able to make sure it works. However, we look at it, it is our responsibility. And whether we like it or not, this small talk we will talk. It builds something for the minds of people. You understand? Sensitization is key. And unfortunately, it be like say we'll not start. If to say we know, saying as all these politicians will do us. Now 1999 will start this kind of thing we begin now. But all of us been there too relaxed. You know, say all those while we need to do all this political calculation, we need to do all this political conversation. We were too relaxed with PDP and we just let them mess things up so much that it led us to where we are
I
today.
agree.
And then we now got in the worst
I agree.
hands. You understand? So I do hope that we've learned our lessons enough to continue. Do you know that if to say we don't start to talk to people like this, most of the South would say they know they politically enlightened and aware. Therefore, don't learn something. If to say we don't they follow
I
up like
agree.
this. You know they too
I
hard.
agree. You
You
are
know they
doing
too
your
hard.
your
So
bit. Well done. And
thank
sometimes I think you go too hard because of where you are. If you are like us, maybe we'll say okay. But my sister, where you there? Make you also dey watch yourself, because the
nothing will
the,
happen to me.
the
I never
problem
talk anything
with
bad
the
against anybody.
system is a system that don't obey the rule of law. If the rule of law was in place, we will not be afraid to, say anything we want to say, because we know we can defend ourselves in a competent court. But where you don't even have that opportunity, and somebody just decide whatever he wants to do and do it without any fear of the law catching up with them, is most unfortunate. But I totally want to just support and say thank you, well done, and keep doing the good work.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. KJ. Mr. MOP, Mr. Mop,
Yeah,
thank you so
yeah.
much. I appreciate you
Conclusion.
again.
Yeah,
Thank you
nice to
for
see you,
coming. And to
KJ.
everyone, yes,
Yeah, everybody has
thank you.
spoken well. Remember when I first came in, I told you that I don't trust El-Rufai. I mean, that's just my opinion, but I don't know what kind of political capital that does El-Rufai have. But that notwithstanding, we just want somebody that's going to rescue us from where we are right now, because we are not going to the right direction. Everything about Nigeria, is a family situation. So, like I said, I have no vote. But if people decide that they want to fight to be the vice president and that's going to work, let it be. Whatever just going to get out from this quagmire where we are from this present government. I mean, I'm all for it, and I will do my best to support. That's the way I see it. So that's where we are right now.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you so
Precious.
much.
Okay.
Thank you, guys. Let's
Thank you
continue.
again.
Thank you. I
All right.
appreciate you. Let's continue to speak for the development of our country, and we can do this. I'll see you all again tomorrow evening, God willing. I love you guys. Protect your mental health, though, in spite of all of this. Good night. God bless you. Goodbye. Thank you.